welcome once again, all you guys, for taking some time out of your stressful lives to come join into this delightful collection of sounds, speeches, and soliloquies that we call Dungeons and Dragons. That was so coordinated. When last we left our intrepid band of heroes,
we're all good.
Yeah, I mean, relatively.
We lost the bad guy.
So, yeah.
And you'll never see him again.
Oh, thank God! I hate his guts.
He's a spellcaster. I'm good with it.
The party had finally, after both almost in real, actual time and then in game time, a month of travel, have come to the humble home of your young dragonborn paladin, the farming village known as Vobadon, initially established as a farming outpost by the Rashik Empire, that has maintained a peaceful level of obscurity amongst the magically important political entity and the young fledgling nation of Kurzfaust. Donaar was subsequently reunited with pretty much all the members of his immediate family, who were overjoyed to see the third oldest brother of the family return after no word or message or any type of communication for 5 years. Showed up out of the blue, as cheerful and as excitable as ever. Stories were traded, tales were told. The mood went from excitable to peaceful to happy to trepidatious to nervous to dour, and by the end of recounting the adventures that the party has had up until this point, they met in a somewhat middling area. Nonetheless, Torin, your father, the general overseer of the town, as appointed by the Bashir dynasty of the royal decree of the Rashik Empire, has decreed that on the following day a celebration will be had for your return to town, and that the issues and woes that beface the town can be pushed off for one more day because you have arrived back home. Those woes and being specifically a gathering of hill giants that apparently have decided to call the northernmost farms of Vobadon their home as the weather turns chilly and cold. The party has resolved to, once this day of celebration is over, to go eradicate these giants for the town, attempt to see if they can find any clues leading to this Thamor, this dark figure from the dreams of Donaar. And if nothing can be found, they will continue to press north towards the Idol Sanctum, an ancient, nature-focused temple sanctum deep within the Ontatilk woodlands, where Donaar learned much of his trade. However, you were all now freshly bathed the day before in some rather fancy, magically and engineerically enchanted spa bathhouses, which, for those of you who were paying attention, this village has been described by everybody as humble, but they have magic bathtubs.
I mean, who doesn't, right?
For those of you who care to start paying attention, there's the subtle inclination that Rashikian humble might be different than Kurzfaustian humble.
What's magic?
I mean, I know that.
But you awake to a new day early in the morning after getting a good solid night's rest indoors. Some rooms have been thrown together hastily. Donaar, your room is more or less still there and pretty much exactly how you left it. It's been cleaned a couple times. There's several throw blankets and sheets that have been thrown over the bed and your desk. Some of your toys when you're young have been kind of propped up and put to the side. Everyone else kind of had to bunk up for the night. However, there has been a promise that for any continued stay, you have been guaranteed several rooms in the crackling thatch, the singular two-story inn, which is across the square from the general overseer's office and house. It's early morning. You are all well rested. You are level 10. What do you wish to do?
Did we already do some stuff today?
You did. You
Eggs.
You got
We
breakfast.
some eggs.
You go back to get more eggs. You have probably about, I'd say at this point 4 hours before festivities start. You can already see there's quite the bustle in the town square. Banners are being erected, various carts and stalls are being set up and pushed around. You can see the people there. It is predominantly dragonborn, of various scale colors, though all metallic. There are no chromatic colors of the chromatic spectrum that you see. There is maybe an elf or 5 walking around, perhaps a halfling, but it is predominantly dragonborn. Which, once again, just to kind of impress upon you all, it is the opposite of Frostfollow, as mentioned before. Whereas walking around Donaar was getting many ill looks and kind of shifty side glances, pretty much all of you, apart from the young dragonborn, are getting not suspicious looks, but ranging from surprise to mild curiosity to trepidatiousness. But the square is hustling and bustling. Baresh and Donaar and Valen have just come back from their scouting mission up to the northern farms. It is a clear sunny day that warms the skin despite the chill temperature in the air. The day is yours.
Hey, Rethy. Is it just me, or are we in finer establishments than we were led to believe?
Who led you to believe otherwise?
Well, I mean, Donaar isn't. I mean, he's great, but it's just he doesn't, he's not exactly a classy. I didn't,
Say what you mean.
Well, that's what he's just, he's kind of bumbling. He ain't someone, that speaks with an accent and all that stuff. You know how fancy Dragonborn are.
And?
Well, just a little surprised, It's very nice here. And
You are surprised that despite his humility, he comes from a background of wealth?
Well, something like that. They definitely they taught him right, Usually you get the rich ones, and they're not so kind.
That is a dangerous generalization. There are the good and the wicked among the rich as well as among the poor.
I suppose so.
And this town has the feel of a wholesome place.
That it does. You're right. Sure does. That's all I had to say about that.
But come, I would be curious to hear your thoughts on the dynamics between the prime gods and lesser gods since the Sealing Wars. Kind of put a hand on his shoulder and wander away from wherever we are.
Alrighty. Donaar, you expressed a wish to go to was it one of a specific farm area or just the town itself?
I changed my mind because the morning stuff ended up taking longer
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's an 8-hour cast.
Yeah.
So
Well, up
I
up
had,
to 8 hours.
well, it's either an action or 8 hours, and what I
You're
want
right.
to do is 8
You're
hours.
right.
So,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I told him I would just do it on the way back.
Okay. Okay. Um,
But if we have time, since I don't remember who, but someone told me to go look for picturing because maybe she can help me with my shield a little bit.
sure. Do you wish to go look for Brixton?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I can do in this town for my shield.
I mean,
I mean, maybe to do where?
she mentioned her teacher as well.
Yeah, I know that's what. Maybe Yazid. Let's go to
You
Yazid.
want to go?
Have
You want to
seen
go find? You want to go find Yazid?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not you remember the town pretty well. You grew up here. Um, you head to south about 2 buildings from your father's or your family's place, and in a humble brick building of stone with very, very, very finely, specifically weaved in thatch roof. You come to the familiar abode of Yazid. The door is closed. The windows seem to be shut against the cold.
I'm going to knock on the door, as is as is my custom.
Okay. You knock on the door, and there's a moment, and you hear some shuffling behind, and as you do, the door kind of creaks open for a moment, and a pale face kind of pokes its way through. But I could not say I'm certainly unsurprised. And the door swings open, and you see before you the familiar male elven figure, dark hair with 2 small braided plaits that kind of end right at his collarbone, the rest pushed back in a very nice, neat plait that goes down to just about his shoulders. Bright green eyes, if I remember correctly, kind of shine in his head as the obvious high cheeks and far back pointed ears, his elven lineage, very, very obvious. And he looks down to you. His skin, tanner back when you were younger. It's much paler now. But he looks at you. Donaar, you have grown.
Hey, Yazid!
It is good to see you.
I hug him.
Uh, kind of like awkwardly, like because his arms were down, like reaches up and like pink pats you on the shoulder as best he can. Well, this is a surprise on many levels. What do I owe this surprise pleasure of seeing the most enthusiastic of my overseer's children?
Oh, don't worry.
Second
want a
most
picture?
enthusiastic.
Oh,
Second most enthusiastic.
I got really happy that it's sad. I mean, I just dropped by town. Got a stern talking to for not sending more messages, so...
Indeed, your family was worried sick for the first 2 years. They had given you up for dead for all but the past 6 months.
Yeah, no, not in the last 6 months. I've been fine the last 6 months. I've been fine the last little time. But... Yeah, no, I'm just saying hi to everyone, coming back. I'm not going to be in town long, but it's been a while.
It has. Am I to take this to be a social visit? Are you doing the rounds of a noble son?
I probably should. No, I actually came to because I have a question for you.
Ah, specifics, yes. What? Well, and he gives like this very, very exaggerated like half bow, like in a clear, sarcastic manner. Whatever I can do for the humble Zanrath household it is always within my power to grant.
Yeah, sure. So I take the really big melty shield off my back. So I found this after my friends and I fought a dragon, and then it melted a little bit.
And you stand here and you live to tell the tale.
Yeah, then there was another dragon, but that didn't end as well. Did you know there's a dragon like 2 days from here?
You've traveled like 5 days.
Like a week from here? Like half of 2 weeks from here?
The Williams themselves are full of many dangerous things. It is why we don't go that way when we wish to trade or travel.
Yeah, no, that's really bad idea. Actually, was there like a person here who had like a floating cart who passed through town maybe a month ago or 2 months ago?
No.
Oh, he was going through the woodlands.
There have been?
No, he was coming from this direction. He gave me this sword and this robe.
He kind of like leans in quietly. Donaar, it is okay if you have to pick up those of the items of the fallen. You do not need to make up stories for me.
No, really. We saved him from... It was these like boar things that yelled. And this big giant troll ogre thing. It was a big thing.
Oops, sorry.
And it ate one of the boar things or so. I don't really remember.
Make a persuasion check.
Now, Gil's asking, how accurate is that?
You're like 40% accurate.
Okay.
Would it be a deception
It's like,
check?
you're not wrong.
So that's a natural 19, so 27.
Shut the fuck up.
What was it?
27.
27. And you always did have a knack for getting in trouble and proving to be victorious despite the odds. I just see this as the next step of you growing up. And he gives you like a genuine look for a second, and there's a moment when he like really starts to like take in like the armor you're wearing, the dangerous sword you wield. The kind of looks at you a little bit differently.
Yeah, the first part of that about me getting into trouble, don't tell my friends. I don't know if they figured that out yet.
God damn.
With your sister around, it will only be a matter of time.
That's fair. But yes. I digress. This shield. So it's really big, which is really good for me.
Yes.
But I think you could tell the top of it is just like gone. Can you do anything? If not, it's fine. But I'm in town, and I figure you are the best person to ask.
He takes a second. May I see it, please?
Yeah, of course. Be careful, it's heavy.
And he kind of like, please,
Yeah, I'll help him.
come inside. He takes you in, and again, kind of the same thing that happened when you walked in through, and you're kind of familiar with this, but as you walked in through the crackling thatch, immediately upon entering the threshold, the temperature changes from an early morning like biting chill to a very, very pleasant and comfortable warming temperature. And you look around and like there's no stove. Well, there is a stove, but it's not on. So like this is an obviously magical warmth.
Yeah.
He sits down at a table, and he kind of starts to run his hands over it very carefully, and it takes about a minute or so, and he looks up to you and says, were this a magical imbued shield, or something of that sort, it is possible I could re-imbue it for you. However, the metal itself has corroded and melted upon itself. These magics that I have do not return things to a previous state, merely connect what was once broken.
Gotcha.
With the proper materials and a skilled blacksmith, you could potentially see your equipment reinvigorated, but I do not possess the magics that would allow me to do what you wish. I am sorry.
I nod as if I understand. All I know is that I need to go to a blacksmith. That's what I got from it. Okay, so you can't really do anything. Do you, just by some chance, because I know you like to keep your hands busy, you know, show off your powers. Do you have just a shield that you've imbued with magical essence sitting around?
Donaar,
Yeah.
my lad.
Yeah.
Did you see me struggle with this thing as we walked through my threshold?
Yes.
Why do
Maybe
you
you
think
made
I
a
would?
shield that was light.
And he kind of waves his hand, and there's a shimmer of blue energy around him for a quick second.
Oh, I didn't mean actual light.
No, it's like
No, I know what you mean. All Donaar sees is light. I don't know. Have we had anyone that uses shield? Like, has Donaar met anyone that uses shield?
I'm pretty sure Malin did.
Did he?
Malin
Valen,
used
did
it a
he?
couple times. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn it. Okay.
I think there was one caster. I think
Reginald would have used it too, probs.
Oh,
Reginald used it a bunch, and I think honestly, the uh, the fourth knight of Xandal, Rickon.
that fight was over quickly.
Yeah, for some of us.
Still my favorite fight.
Ugh.
Oh man, I wish that was recorded. But yeah. Okay. I get it.
However, the further south you travel, the closer you get back to, well, my home and your country home, the closer you will find more easily acquirable of those items, but that is up to you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, I'm gonna take it with one hand with ease, just put it back on my back. Oh, I've learned some magic too.
Have you now?
Yeah.
Would you be so kind as to entertain an old man with your tricks for a second or two?
Well, when in doubt, I'm gonna use the old Donaar special.
Uh-oh.
Misty Step! Not Moonbeam.
I was really waiting for you just to divine smite him.
I thought you were gonna
No.
trip over a door.
Just because
Okay.
most of what I have is battle right now.
No. Misty Step and then trip over a door.
So you
Yeah.
missed it. There's a arcane, or not arcane actually, a divine, and you immediately disappear outside his threshold, about 25 feet outside his door. That is impressive. You have learned a thing or two. I hope it continues to keep you alive. Now, unless there's anything else I can do for you, there are some more preparations I wish to make for the celebration in your honor, I might add.
Yeah, of course. Do you need help with anything?
No, I will be fine. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Bye-bye. And he kind of like gives you a smile, but he does place a shoulder on you as you leave. Like again, like his tone is just naturally minorly sardonic. But as he places a hand on you, like there's a genuine warmth into the smile as he says quickly, "It is good to see you again."
It's good to see you too.
Now, be on your way.
Yep. Probably should go see my friends. Make sure they're not getting into trouble. I'm the responsible one. I don't even try to actually deceive, by the way.
Alrighty. So Donaar heads back. You all take your time you all kind of stand around in the square for a couple minutes before realizing that everywhere you try to stand, someone's trying to set something up. And the first couple times, people just kind of give you a look like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." But after the fourth time, you're starting to get a couple annoyed looks, and you all kind of sort of pile into the crackling thatch, just to kind of keep out of the way as people are setting things up. There's a minor feeling of like awkwardness, as you know. Probably Kirinthenia the least, but even so, you grew up in a predominantly elven/metropolitan city, so
I don't even speak Draconic, so.
yeah. So this is, for you included, this is the most Dragonborn you've ever seen in an isolated area. They are not common outside the Rashik Empire. I don't even think you've actually seen one, apart from Donaar. In canon mode, at least.
Saria has.
That's set in canon mode. But you all kind of like awkwardly patch your way back in. The older kind of like thicker dragonborn with brass scales, Pajirik, kind of gives it like a rifled chuckle. What, you don't want to help set up everything outside? Come on, take a load off, have a drink before the festivities start. You'll have plenty to do by the time the noon sun comes around.
I creak up to the bar and put my basket of eggs down gently in front of me so no one steals them. I'll start with the dock this time.
You'll start with a what?
A dock brew.
Sorry, it's cutting out for me for some reason.
I'll have a dark brew.
Oh, an ale. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you want something on you like when you say dark now? Do you want any kind of like? There's like this dull thud as his elbows kind of hit the bar and he kind of leans in.
Oh God.
Nah, and his face gets kind of close towards the faint brass, kind of like almost like triceratops crests that come off to the side and up a little bit. No horns, but just like kind of like that back like crown crest, kind of taking up your space. And when you say dark, are you looking for amber? You looking for licorice? You looking for onyx? How dark you looking for here, Mr. Mr. Gnome?
As dark as me.
You said it, I didn't. He goes away and he comes back with a mug for each of you that all contains this pitch black ale. Almost no head to it. There's a slight carbonation, but there's no bubbles. It's just this dark, kind of very thick liquid that he sets down in front of each of you. Best thing to keep your spirits up all day and fill your belly like you had a full meal.
Sounds good to me.
Shall I just open a tab for you all, or should I? You guys gonna wait until the rest of the festivities happen?
I mean, I'm enjoying the area here. What are you thinking, Retha? Just stay a little, continue our conversations.
I'm under the impression that we are to be taking rooms here anyway, so you might as well open a tab.
I hand him my credit card.
He bites it. I don't. I'm joking.
Is that a common method of payment underground?
We'll just keep a running telly up here. Now you enjoy that. And you go to take a sip, and it's very thick, but smooth.
Just how I like him.
It almost has the consistency texture of oatmeal, but without it's got like the thickness and like the taste of oatmeal, but it does not have the the texture like that like little like grainy oaty thing. It's kind of a combination between like an oatmeal stout and an English ale, like a true old style English ale. So it's very, very pleasant. It's very mild. There's no real like alcoholic bite to it. It goes down very, very smoothly, and it very much hits the spot on a chilly day like today.
I will approach the bar and try describing sake to the bartender.
Oh, you're thinking of that that root wine that they got over there, the elves on the coast on the west side. We don't get any of that.
No.
Bit too far out of the empire for me to get such expensive imports.
What would you recommend then?
Oh, you want to start something strong this early in the morning? I like your style. He goes away and he comes back with a green glass bottle wrapped with reeds on the outside, stoppered with a thick wax seal at the top, and he sets it down. This here is amber glass.
And
Boy, this here will put light in your scales and a fire behind your eyes that you'll never ever fade. This here is forward by our finest fire breathers that boil and distill for the 24 hours nonstop.
I kind of,
Anything?
I give Cronor a side eye. Like, yeah?
Listen, you wanna show your friend up there here. This is what you go with.
How much is a glass?
For this, first round's on the house.
Oh. Well, why thank you, kind sir.
Kernur has a slight smile.
It takes out a shot glass that is.
I just have a raised eyebrow.
It's a shot glass that is comparable size to a race of individuals that the shortest they come is about 6 feet. So it's like a tumbler sized shot glass.
Now, do you sip it, or is it like a one and done kind of?
I'll let you smell it and you can decide for yourself there, sonny boy. And he pours it, and there's a good probably 3 fingers. It's more than halfway full into there.
I smell it. Does it smell sippable, or is it? Shoot.
It smells like freshly cut habanero peppers.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
This.
And there's another
So you just eat the whole thing.
and there's like a hint of cinnamon.
Huh.
I swirl it.
Like a wine.
Does it have legs, Breezy?
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's it's a very fine, like rye amber color. It's much more on the lighter side. As the liquid moves with a clear viscosity. It does seem almost light in the glass, like the liquid moves back very, very easy. For real world comparisons, it'd be like swirling a very, very fine whiskey, like a fine Japanese whiskey.
Okay. All right.
but-
I'm just gonna fucking down it.
Okay. You kind of give him a nod, hawk it back. Oh, it burns. Oh, it burns. It is like it is like that smell, that fragrance that you were just smelling. It's like inhaling that through your mouth and then swallowing. Make a Constitution saving throw.
I have to what?
Make a Constitution
Oh
saving throw.
jeez. Con save 13.
13. That's enough. You hold it. And it's you can feel it like kind of like roil, and you can feel it burn every inch of your esophagus on the way down. And as it hits your stomach, there's this immediate pulse of warmth. And as that pulse hits, the spice and the heat is still there, or the heat is still there, but the spiciness almost kind of like slowly starts to resonate up from the stomach, up your esophagus, and as it hits your mouth, that ever subtle sweetness of like cinnamon spice rolls in, and it's quite pleasant. If there still wasn't this super like airy burning in your mouth.
Okay.
Haruki, are you alright over there?
Do you
It's
need
good.
some tea?
It's good.
And he slaps a meaty clawed hand on your shoulder,
No.
kind of patting you heartily.
It's good.
Well,
It stinks a little going down.
that's how you know it's working.
Well, let me know if you require any assistance.
We'll do.
The cavalry's here.
So, Krenor, how
Yeah.
are the two different goddesses of the moon? Do they cooperate, do you think, or compete?
Maybe one has, like, the dark side of the moon.
Hmm.
But who knows?
The hours whittle away. You all sit there. Haruki, now it takes about 5 minutes or so before the heat dissipates. And what is left, for what it's worth, is a rather pleasant, like cinnamon, spicy, like taste in your mouth. That warming continues to stay, by the way. That like kind of like almost like pulses out of your stomach up your esophagus, and each pulse, each time it happens, there's this like subtle, like spicy cinnamon reinvigoration in your mouth.
It's not that's pretty good.
Bartender goes, "Now, if you're somebody I really liked, I'd get you some of our aged bottles, aged in the blood of dragons. That make even a human like you be able to breathe fire like us."
Kernord looks interested.
Do you really like me?
If I had, I would have started with that.
Oh wow, yikes.
Oh, dear.
But I think there is the beginnings of a fine relationship.
I look toward Krenor's, but like, oh, I'm not gonna try that ever.
Kernord looks at him. I want to try that.
Really?
Well, first you have to know me, I guess.
That would be the first step to us being friends.
Well, it all started in the beginning, of course. I came
Oh,
from a small underground village far away. It's called Deep Spear, actually.
How unimaginably interesting. Anyway.
Well, tolerating his ramblings is the first step to appreciating this one.
The time passes, and as Krenor rambles, unless you flash some serious gold, he's not gonna. He's gonna entertain you and listen to you, but he's not gonna bring that bottle out.
No. Tricks are for whores, alright? I don't need to do that.
Alright.
So eventually, there is the sound of kind of like gasping and clapping and some joy and some shouting from outside. And you go out, and despite the chilly air, the entire square has been completely transformed. There are multicolored pennants and flags and paper flags that have been tied from the corners and banisters of each household to the next one, creating this wonderful crisscross of different colors above you that the cold, bright light filters down. There are carts and carts of fried food vendors and small little game purveyors There are a cavalcade of activities that have been set up. You can see the stakes are being driven around the larger outer square, like around the town itself, for a race to be held. There is a large singular pole that is maybe 6 inches, 7 inches in diameter that has been erected into the ground. It's about maybe 20 feet high. That's off to the side. That is starting to getting a gathering of people. There are several barrels that have been rolled out from behind the bar and set up to the side across long tables to the south. Over by the overseer's house, you can see Yazid is over there, and he has his own little stall area set up that he seems to be right now just kind of like doing some sort of juggling act, but with using far more items than a person with 2 hands are able to accomplish. Overall, there is this wonderfully joyous atmosphere. And Dndnatur, you look over to your home and you see your father Torin is just kind of standing there. Apparently, just have concluded some sort of speech. The Dragonborn of the Hour. Now please, before the cold sets in for true winter, enjoy this day, enjoy the return of my son, and let us celebrate on this wonderful day what it means to have a family and what it means to appreciate our time here on this planet. And there's another like, yeah! And everyone kind of goes scattering. A lot of the older folks start gravitating their way towards the bar. Several like teenager age people start making their way towards the pole and the racetrack, while several of the younger Dragonborn make their way over to where Yazid is doing his various tricks. Is there anything that you guys wish to participate in, or are you all just gonna kind of like generally enjoy things?
You said there was a race?
Yes. Over on the northwestern edge, kind of over here, you can see there is a copper-skinned dragonborn, male, kind of thin, a bit on in his ears, but lean, very very lean. Is giving out kind of like papers essentially, saying, anyone who wishes to take part in the town race must sign up on this board by the midday sun. Those will be broken into age brackets. The winner of each age bracket will win one of these. And he holds up a finely like thrush woven bag that you can see there's some sort of like bluish bubble like on the inside.
By age bracket?
I'm a turn.
And I'm drunk and
You're drunk.
Wait, I'm guessing the rule is no magic.
oh, how much gold did everything cost?
He's keeping a tab for you.
We're staying.
because you're staying there.
I'm gonna put a hand on Knorr's shoulder and just kind of gently move him back.
He gets an icy glance from the lean dragonborn.
It's my age bracket, Rethy. Who's my age?
Perhaps.
Let me in.
Do you? And I kind of spin him to face me a little bit. Do you truly desire to compete?
I am the desire.
I will cast Lesser Restoration on him to make him sober.
Oh. Alright. Well, I'm going in, and I enhance my ability.
He
Well,
did
best of luck.
say that the race doesn't happen until the midday sun, which is
I don't enhance my ability.
I will also be signing up for these races.
I
Okay.
eagerly run up. That's my name.
all right. So
And
Valen, Donaar, and Krenor are all signing up for the race, and Haruki.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in about an hour, essentially he tells you all to meet back at this place. It is a single circuit around the main roads of the town and back.
sorry. I just realized what I signed up for.
Kernor, you said no magic, so I think you need to take off your boots.
Do I? What do you mean, Oh boy.
I'm just kidding.
In fairness, there may be few here who can compete in your age bracket.
That's what I was saying.
Although there are a few elves about.
Oh no. No magic. How do I get eggs to help me here?
Look, I'm guessing no magic is one of the rules.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear much, to be honest.
He explained that this is a test of physical and athletic prowess, and that
Okay, great. This is gonna be great.
Haruki,
Mm-hmm.
I hold out my fist to fist bump.
I punch his fist back.
Yeah! Ow, that was a little hard, but yeah!
Sorry, I am unaware with what you meant. But I will. I hope you all do your best. And I give a smirk to everybody.
Alrighty. So you still have there are the various carts that are and establishments that are set up. There is the large pole that has been driven to the ground that is getting quite a crowd, and then there is Yazid, who at this point Prixon has come over. You can see, and she's trying to like mimic his movements, but she keeps trying to take some of the stuff that he's juggling out of the air, and he's like. It's strange. He gives it this like irritated look, and he keeps throwing them higher and like farther away, like to the point where like he physically shouldn't be able to reach to get it, and yet the route continues effortlessly.
Oh boy.
Like he'll throw something like way out to the left hand side, and it doesn't fall down. It like hits it like goes to a certain range and then flips and then lands back in his hands, and then the pattern just keeps continuing.
I can do that.
I can't.
Can you now? I wasn't aware that juggling was among your several skills.
I can't do that.
What manner of entertainments are at these stalls?
There are some. Oh, go ahead, please.
And specifically, as a browse, I'm looking for any like traditional like Rishikian foods that might be available. Any street food.
There's a couple. There's definitely some classic fried foods. They are a bit more. And several grilled, and the ones that are, like the meats that are out there that have been flash grilled are all run by fire-breathing dragonborn that are like the last kind of like with like a Turkish street vendor like constantly does this like flourish of like trying to give it out to the kid, then brings it back, gives it out to the kid, then brings it back, and then when he finally does, gives a little, and there's a flame whirl that goes out and kind of covers over the meat before finally handing it to one of like the younger dragonborn. You find there is one sweetmeat place that seems to be selling candied like various candied nuts, like chestnuts, walnuts, cashews, surprisingly, which are one of the staples of the Rishikian Empire. It's one of the few nut-based products that they are able to grow and cultivate and sell. As you know, they much more make their trade in the creation and trading of magical items and magically imbued items. So cashews are one of the rare things that their agriculture is able to support. You are able to find a couple, one or two vendors that serve tofu, although it is nowhere near the quality that you were served the night before.
Indeed. I will approach the nut merchants
Alrighty.
and buy myself a bag of cashews.
Alrighty. It costs you a silver.
Damn.
It's expensive.
It is quite a large bag.
It's a large bag.
How will you ever be able to afford it?
Thank you very much. It has been a long time since I've had proper cashews.
The Dragonborn tending it just kind of gives you a little wink, as like two very very like child-sized Dragonborn just kind of rush up, almost like not pushing you out of the way, but like eagerly like running up, and they're like, me next, me next, me next, me next, and
And I step back and munch thoughtfully.
Wait, so we saw the race, right?
the race is you signed up for the
Yeah, we
race.
signed up for the race. We saw there was a big pole
Yeah,
sticking out of the
but
ground somewhere.
it's a 20-foot pole, and there's quite a crowd. And as you look over, you can see there's a person, there's a halfling actually, not a dwarf. I'm sorry, not a dragonborn or an elf, but a halfling is attempting to climb it. But each time they try to grab with their hands, they can't quite seem to make purchase, and they get to a point where they're getting maybe a quarter way up, and they're gripping with all their might, and he just starts sliding down, ever like in like, weird jerky motions, and he kind of scrambles again and then falls, and then there's a hush in the crowd, and then and you hear this little boom as his butt just kind of slammed in the ground, and the crowd and they start clapping and good job, good job, good job.
And then was there any other huge festivities happening around, or any other locations where people are like crowding up?
The various stalls you can see, there is an older actually, yes, I'm sorry, there are two more places that I forgot. Both are each of them is in front of buildings that seem to have a much more religious iconography. I can't say that goddamn word. Iconography, thank you. In front of them. One you see it's kind of like, it almost looks like a lean-to, but built to much larger proportions. Built with a creative mixture of stone and wood, with what seems to be like a grassy veil that hangs down from the front, which, Donaar, you recognize as the Shaded Rest, which is a shrine to Melora. And then across from that, a much bigger shrine, not quite temple-sized, but kind of like a three, like a pagoda that's been covered on several of the sides and extended up a little bit, made of stone, with you see a proud draconic head on top of this pagoda area with 7 silver stars that adorn in kind of a halo crown above its head, which you know as the Silver Star Circle, which is a shrine to the god Bahamut. And in front of the Silver Star Circle is a large male gold dragonborn, with a warm smile on his face, that you've met him once or twice, but you don't really remember his name. Religion wasn't a big thing for you when you were here. But in front of him, he has 3 stone cups, and he's moving them back and forth very, very quickly. And you watch as a child, kind of like he moves them back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And he stops, and you watch as the child points to one, and he asks a question in Draconic, which now you hear is he's asking what it's a reference to one of the stories of Bahamut's defense during the Sealing Wars. The child answers, and the Dragonborn smiles, raises the cup, and gives a small clap as there is a small silver star underneath it. And as he claps, he takes the star and he gives it to the child. And the child kind of holds it triumphantly over its head. And then he takes another one out of his belt and kind of gestures to the crowd in front of him for anybody that wishes to come up.
What was going on in front of the shrine to Melora, you said?
Over there, what you see is an elf, a female elf, dressed in simple kind of burnished green robes, tied with like rough twine around the waist. And what she has set up is she has a rudimentary archery range. And each of the targets in the back you see are like cartoonish pantomimes of the Bane gods, of Baal, of Lavienter, of Thrazadun, but like made to like pixie cartoon proportions. Kind of like the Teen Titans Go version of the Teen Titans.
Gotcha.
Like Baal kind of has like a finger in his nose. You know, Thrazadun is like has one of his chains caught up and like his robes are sticking up at an awkward angle.
It could be so much worse.
You're kind of put off for a second because I mean of how kind of outlandish this is.
Yeah.
But the woman elf is just kind of standing there with a little wry grin on her face and is like, you know, that at 3 at a time, Dragonborn will come up and attempt to aim, and it's as they pick up their bows to shoot, the targets all on their own just kind of start to wave back and forth. The vines and the ropes that are held in, they start undulating back and forth in a very arrhythmic pattern.
I grab one of Rethy's nuts and I run to the archery range.
Well, I have a big bag.
Alrighty, you walk up and the
No, I do frown as that you're retreating back.
Alright, so you run up. She has a weathered face to her. She seems not as old as Rethanir, but close. The hair is not platinum as is Rethanir's, but is more of a pale gold, with eyes to match. And she stands there and is like, looks at you and goes, "So, are you going to be our next grand defender of the Sealing Wars?"
Can I be that?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Can you be? Will you brave
my
the
God.
trials?
I'm plenty brave. I can do it.
Well, test your skill. See if the luck of the wilds is on your side. See if the mother keeps her gaze on you this day.
What do I do?
Well, you pick up the bow, and you try to shoot the target.
Where's the target?
She kind of side eyes and uncrosses one arm and points to the cartoonish hanging pictures of the most evil beings that have ever existed upon this world.
Oh, those targets. Okay. I pick up the bow. Jesus.
Somebody's breathing like a.
She holds up her fingers. You have 3 shots. 1, you get a pat on the back. 2, you get 2 pats on the back. 3, and she holds up this cloak. That's right now just it's a simple like brownish gray color. You get this.
There's a very strong look of admiration in my eyes. I pick up the bow.
Okay. As soon as you pick it up again, the various figures begin to undulate and weave and twist back and forth in a very like, you know, vines caught in the wind type pattern. Roll your attack.
Okay. I am going to roll an attack.
So If you're proficient in short bows, you get to add your proficiency bonus. So proficiency dexterity. It is not a magical weapon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes. Yeah.
So
30.
Nice.
okay. 30. Okay. So the first one flies out and strikes in the direct center of what you see to be a writhing draconic figure with 5 heads, each one a different chromatic color. But each one is also making like a dopey, stupid face. Like one has the X's for eyes. One has like a tongue sticking out. There's 2 of them that are just like arguing and snapping at each other, but they don't have any teeth, so they're like it just looks like they're like grandpas gumming at each other. And you hit it right in the center of the breast, where all 5 heads meet the center of the creature's chest, and it kind of swings back and forth, and then becomes still. Not bad, not bad. Reaches over, taps you very, like, robotically on the shoulder.
Do I get a tap every time I hit?
That was your reward for hitting 1.
Oh. Okay.
And now, 2. And now you start to see that the undulations are now moving much quicker and much fiercer, and they're starting to like pass in and up and around certain things. Instead of just moving back and forth, they're now moving up and down and in like weird, slow, like snake-like serpentine patterns. Make your attack.
Jeez.
Natural 20.
He skewers all 5 gods at once. It's great.
Sephiroth!
So this one strikes back. You wait for a moment, and you let out half a breath, and you half close one eye, and you loose, and it strikes flying past 2 of them as they whisk away, and behind them, moving at a slightly different pattern than when you were truly aiming for, splashes right into the forehead of what seems to be a creature made out of frozen wood, and water. Her baleful red glowing eyes, which are kind of like doughy and kind of turn, so like the sad kawaii face type, like as the blue dress that she wears, normally made out of dripping icicles, is sopping wet and melting, and she's very, very unpleasant and happy. But she kind of looks at that one. Been a while since Arl's been hit. Well done on that. And she gives you 2 more pats on the shoulder, but the second one is instead of the robotic pat, is like a well done pat. All right, 3, and now they start moving incredibly. There's like making patterns almost, and you have to like start to blink for a second as your vision starts to double as the vines and the ropes begin to like twisting and weaving and winding their way back and forth across each other. Make your attack.
Whoops.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm gonna use a precision strike.
What?
Okay. So do you get to add the superiority die to the attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay, roll your superiority die.
Oh,
14.
Unfortunately, you're looking, and what you see is a pale figure wearing orange sleeves, a black vest, high, long chin, and high, pointed face, with these maniacally laughing, evil eyes that even in this cartoonish depiction unsettle you to your very core. And as you catch those eyes, there's a moment where you swear you see the kind of like Cheshire Cat smile on that like cartoon face grow even larger and start to grin, and it causes you to like blink with fright for a moment, and your aim is off, and it kind of gets caught amongst the various ropes and twines. Oh, I'm sorry. It's very close, though. That was very close. Well, better luck next time, eh?
Can I at least look at the rope one more time?
Of course. And she holds it up and flourishes it, and now it is a bright, vibrant crimson as she brings it out.
I shed ones here and I walk away.
Oh,
She doesn't have any like wares to sell, right?
She's not Khajiit.
This is a song. You can certainly ask.
Nah, I'm good. Not worth it. Stupid.
In the middle of a celebration for yourself. Excuse me, do you sell anything?
I don't want to brag, but this party's kind of about me.
Anyway, can I buy something off you?
I have
this
coin.
What game is it where you can literally trade with everyone?
All right, so you have there is the 3-star game over at the Star Circle. There is. It's been about 15 minutes at this point, so you guys can either wait around for the race. You guys can go check out Yazid's juggling act. You can go check out whatever this weird pole is that people keep falling off.
I'm just going to meditate before the race. Just become in tune with the wind.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Bahamut's good peeps. I'll wander over and see what's going on there
Okay.
with the star game.
The warmly smiling gold dragonborn looks at you, and he's about you're a tall individual. He is about a half head taller than you. Wide shoulders, simple gray robes with a hint of platinum acumen on the sleeves. Kind of looks at you and smiles. Well, it's been some time since someone other than Yazid has graced our presence from the far south. It is good to see you.
And it is always a pleasure to meet a loyal servant of most good and excellent deity.
My name is Ildrex, and I keep this humble place clean and shining with the bright light of our savior Bahamut. Now, you seem like you've experienced some interesting things in your time, but would you perhaps try the 3-star chance?
I am not a betting elf, but
No gold, no gold is exchanged or silver. I test your eyes and I test your heart.
very well. I shall submit to your test.
An open mind. I like to see that in another man. And he takes the 3 cups down and he takes a silver star out again. Shows it to you. Places it under the center cup. And with masterful dexterity begins weaving them back and forth extremely quickly already. Make a perception check.
I will not use guidance.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's pretty shitty. 11.
11? Okay. You're watching, and for the first couple of seconds you have it, and then you start getting a twitch in your left eye, and you have to blink for a moment, and as you do, you've lost it. Now he stands. He stops, and he looks at you with a slight smile, and he asks in common, or I'm sorry, he doesn't ask in common, he asks in Elvish. When he walks with you and I, he is guided by what? Make a religion check once you've stopped dying.
Working on it. Okay. Religion! Hiya! Natural 19. For a total of 23.
23. So you're assuming he's talking of Bahamut and the many, many stories of the god having a pointed interest in the material world, much more so than many of the other gods, to the point that he will brave his own avatar to be sent amongst the material plane. And always appears as a humble beggar man in ransacked robes, but always accompanied by 7 golden birds that are each, and with that such high of a role, you also understand that each of those golden birds are in fact an ancient gold dragon transformed, ready to defend their master should they need to.
Corno looks at the eggs again.
So what was the phrasing of his question again?
When he walks with us, who walks with him?
I have never known either birds or dragons to prefer walking over flying. But 7 golden ones nonetheless.
There's an extremely broad and toothy smile on his face as he looks towards you. Well done. And he holds up the left cup, and there sits a star. And he takes it and he holds it out to you. And you now have a small sigil to Bahamut.
Oh man.
I thought you said no silver was to be exchanged. But I see what you did there.
Gives you a little wink. Normally it goes over the heads of the youngins.
My thanks. And since I failed to introduce myself before, I am Revenue Horzim Alganthar, and while I serve Kellenbor primarily, Bahamut has my utmost respect.
They work their ways. All we can do is work with them.
True and wise words.
Please, now go. There are children behind you that wish to play.
Oh,
Walk in your judge's light, and in the light of the 7 angels. My new friend.
and you.
Rethanir just walks away. It's at this time that there's kind of a small shout. All those who signed up for the race, it is time to break into your brackets.
No, are you still wearing your armor?
Oh no. I'd like to cast Enhance ability.
Go for it. What are you enhancing?
I'd like to give myself the cat's grace.
Already.
Is he? Are we pretty far away from the starting point?
You're walking there.
I have been sitting there the entire time.
So
I
everyone
pick up-
is walking there.
I pick up Knorr and start jogging over.
Yes. Yeah. Save my strength. I'm trying to do stretches while on him, but it's not working. No. Okay. I can't stretch. That's right. Oh, okay.
You hear a ligament pop.
I'd like to see anyone. Is there anyone my age around there?
No.
Yes.
The lie, the dragonborn that stared at you icily beforehand, breaks you all up into groups, and essentially the groups that are broken into are kids and adults.
No. The adults. Which one am I in?
He gives you a look and just, for a second, I really, really wanted to put you in the other group, and pushes you towards the adults.
That's right. I'm someone you respect.
That you have to earn.
Dun dun.
So he sets
Oh,
him up.
stop.
He sets you all up so that the kids actually go on a slightly different path where it's around kind of more the inner grounds, just kind of like directly around just where the all of the stalls have been set up and everything.
Am I a kid?
Last time I saw you, Donaar, yes, but it looks like you can fit into that armor you're wearing, so you run with the adults this time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
As the adults are set on this kind of outer path. So this is going to be 4 different skill checks to get through this.
Ooh, I'm not good.
At skills.
I'm good at one.
I
I'm good at one
yeah,
skill.
they're
Listen,
probably
it's
not
stealth.
going to be perception checks.
If it's not
yeah.
a stealth, if it's not stealth, I'm good.
All right, so the copper dragon explains the rules. The first to cross the path is the winner. For each age group, the winner receives the bag that they held up. There is to be no fighting, no biting, no breath usages, no obvious spells.
Well,
Can I teleport?
he didn't say any non-obvious spells.
God damn
That's
it.
up to you. And there is no accosting your fellow running mates.
Damn it!
That's
Damn.
fair.
Trip attack!
I had so
Sentinel,
many-
you would never be able to get past me.
I had so many ideas.
All right. Again, she just does. You just have to do it so she can't see it.
I feel like banishment would be seen.
I mean, he already cast enhanced ability, right? So
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you're right.
John, I just want to know, is banishment a charisma save?
yes.
God, I wish you could
So-
have tried casting that.
So in addition to Valen, Haruki, Donaar, and Krenor, there's about 8 other Dragonborn that kind of line up with you guys.
Any of Donar's siblings?
Baresh is sitting off to the side, is like standing off the side, arms crossed. Torin Jr. is nowhere to be seen.
Classic Torin Jr.
Brixen has been put into the kids bracket, but is about a head and a half taller than the rest of them, and she seems very, very annoyed.
I walk over to her and hold out my fist for a fist bump.
She gives you like a glower, and then like bumps you. Then goes back. The glare never leaves her face. The Dragonborn leads you up, and he says, "All right, on your mark, get set." And shoots a brilliant bolt of lightning up into the sky, and you are off. I need you all to make your first athletics check.
Yay.
Athletics
Natural
is-
1.
Oh no! Donar trips.
Athletics is strength. What am I doing? I'm dumb.
I mean,
Natural 20.
oh shit!
What the fuck?
Natural 20, you have a 21.
Valen, which one did you roll to 14?
Yeah.
All right. So you're all off the bat immediately. Donaar, you're looking back at your sister really quick to see how she's doing, and it's before you even realized it. You run forward and collide immediately with one of the other Dragonborn, and you both just kind of cacophonously tumble and fall in each other in a giant weave of scales and armor. It's a younger female dragon that kind of looks up to you with this incredulous look on her face, like, really?
Wait.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll let you narrate.
Haruki and Valen, you guys have kind of been running. You guys have like darted past some of the larger dragonborn forms. You guys are actually now out in front. At least you think you are, because as you're running, you look over as you see Krenor in a furious honey badger bout of in strength, has pushed past and is about 2 steps ahead of you guys.
I want to. While the distraction happens, I wanted to cast Enhance Ability again, but fucking Strength this time, both Strength.
Okay, that is you're gonna have to stop to cast that. And
Oh, I
you
am?
have to fall behind. Yeah, because essentially, you guys are all like double dashing, so it's
Oh.
like.
Oh yeah, you know what? Never mind. Fuck, I'm gonna have to live with this shit.
Yeah,
so you
you
guys.
are vernacular with your poor choices.
All right, so you're coming around the corner. You guys are coming across the first corner. Make another athletics check.
Does that include me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't there be an obstacle course? Oh jeez.
I rolled better. I rolled a 12 this time.
Right, Haruki and Valen, would you guys roll? Haruki rolled 22. Ooh.
24.
24. Okay, so at this point, Haruki and Valen, you guys start taking in stride and you start setting ahead of the pack. Valen, you are now just pulling ever so slightly ahead of Haruki. Krenor is starting to lag behind. That furious burst of energy that initially came out seemed to take a lot of his stuff.
You know who would have done better on that first roll? Oswald. He could reroll once.
Well, he isn't here, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
and Breezy's off to the races.
But if the total matters, I had a 10 on the first roll.
No, the total doesn't matter.
I know. Should I command Haruki to stop?
Oh wow.
So Donaar, you've managed to disentangle yourself, and you're running forward, and you've managed to catch up, push past the Lady Dragonborn that you've tripped over. But you haven't quite caught up with the rest of the group, but you're getting there.
Yeah.
You guys are rounding the corner, and as you round the corner, in front of you, there are several of the kids that have were going the opposite way around the smaller corner, that have veered off course and haven't followed the route and are running directly at you guys. I need you guys to all make acrobatics checks as you,
Yeah!
as you guys attempt to like jump and weave your way through these.
Oh! Fuck, -2.
Hey, Amy.
Old man Orc.
I rolled a-
-2?
Yeah.
And you're one fucking higher than below me? That's fucking dumb.
Here comes the obstacle course.
Alrighty, so Valen, in another kind of burst of easy agility, is able to deftly kind of weave his way, juking and diving and rolling past several of the kids. Krenor and Haruki kind of trip over one or two, but for the most part are able to kind of push their way back. You haven't lost your standing in the race yet, so right now you have Valen with a confident lead, Haruki behind. There's now a third Dragonborn that has kind of come up right behind you, Haruki, and is now hard on your heels. Donaar, you're holding strong, but you're not really gaining any ground. We're coming around to the fourth and final corner. You guys will need to roll
But is this
another athletics check.
Damn it!
Ah,
Religion
shit.
check?
Perception check?
Oh.
17?
Ooh! 27.
Nice.
Almost
no,
a natural-
Haruki.
Almost a
That's
natural
it.
20.
I'm
So
donezo.
close.
Alrighty.
So sad.
So, and with a final burst of speed, Valen, you push back. There's a moment where like your foot kind of catches on something, and you kind of like hop, skip, and jump, and tumble your way past first place.
Nice.
And there's this kind of like surprise, like polite clapping and cheering from some people. Haruki, the other Dragonborn, has pushed past you at this point, and just barely managed to eke his way by you. Taking second place, you take third. And there's a rousing sound of cheers and jowls and everyone as the rest of the race is. Donaar, you've caught up at this point to Krenor. You grab his hand and with the two of you, you speed him past and pull him with you.
I was gonna say, can I push him?
As the two of you cross the finish line in the back half of the path of the pack. Overall, everyone kind of gives like there's clapping and applause and general shouts of yays and ahs. Valen, the woman walks up to you. The thin male dragonborn walks up to you and goes, "Well, I don't know who you are, but rules are rules, and you followed them. This is yours." And she hands over a bag. Roll a d20.
Get a 20, get a 20.
15.
15. All right.
Not
So
a 20.
it's this rough spun bag with 15 of these small, like ball bearing sized beads. And she explained, or he. Why do I keep saying she? For some reason, I said he initially, but I keep envisioning like a female dragonborn in my head.
Dragonborn can be non-binary. It's fine.
That's
very true. It's very true. They explained to you that these beads of nourishment each bead will feed one medium creature for a full day. It's essentially Lembesprit.
Hey!
How many did I get?
You got
Or-
15.
Cool. I go up to second place and I say in Draconic, "Good race."
Okay. You look and Donaar, you see it's the dragonborn that tripped over you, and she kind of has a comment. That's the first time I've lost in 3 years. Good on you, stranger. Don't let it go to your head.
Most things don't.
Gives
Wait,
you
she
a-
came in second?
Yeah, she's quick.
Damn.
Kind of gives you a nod and a pat on the back and walks away.
I go up to Haruki and I say, "Haruki, I've gotten 3 pats on the back."
Well, you're about to get another one. I was fairly certain that I would have taken that, but you are a lot quicker than you seem.
Yep, everyone says I'm very quick.
And I give him a pat on the back.
4! I run up to Rathanir and I say, "Rathanir, I've had 4 pats on the back."
Have you?
I grab one of his nuts again and I run away.
Mm. There are not that many left now. I'm just like,
Nuts.
oh well. I suppose I can buy more.
I don't know, they're expensive.
He's a odd one, but at least he is not malicious.
You know what's strange, Rethy?
There are many things that are strange.
Oh god, I haven't felt my knees in ages. Anyway, did you notice?
You haven't felt your knees.
No,
Sounds like a problem.
I have
You're a
felt.
cleric. Can't you heal yourself?
Alright. I cast mending.
Your knees
And
aren't
the
broken.
ligaments.
They are not 2 links of chain. They are not 2 pieces of a shield.
Clearly, you don't understand how knees work, do you?
I didn't. Well, I wasn't aware that Krenora has gone through hip or knee replacement surgery.
You're not
so-
made of liquid metal, so you know. It's
Hey,
Liquid snake.
you guys hear there's a shift in the music, and people start gathering in the center and clapping in time with the music, and people start ever like lively, doing a kind of like circular dance around the middle.
Is it We Will Rock You by Queen?
No, it is
Recognize
exactly.
the music?
It's lively. It's what's playing on the speaker right now.
Are we allowed to join?
There's, as a matter of fact, as you guys walk closer, Prixon like leans out, grabs Donaar by the arm, and just pulls him into the circle.
I go willingly.
Alrighty. There's another like younger dragonborn that reaches over, grabs Haruki's arm. Middle-aged one grabs Valen. Another one grabs Sylvarin, Kranor, Rethanir, and you all brought into this circular clapping dance. Initially, it's like you're worried, you're apprehensive, you don't want to offend, but as you notice, it's very easy to just kind of like move. You're kind of like jogging back and forth with the beat. Clap on the fourth, twirl, and then move. So it's move back, move back, move back, clap, twirl, move.
Is this Rishikian music or dance I recognize or no?
The melody is similar, but it's far more rustic.
Okay.
But the dance goes on for a couple minutes. There's some clapping, and we're gonna go to a break really quick as the night begins to wear on and the music starts to turn to a different tone.
Yay!
Yanzi attack.
Oh no, not again! I do need more of that milkshake
By
with
the way, John.
strawberry.
Where's Sylvarin this whole time? No, not this!
I
By
was
the way,
dancing.
John.
Didn't you hear me?
Nope. Are you just on mute all the time?
Nope.
Rocky was outside your door for like half an hour before.
Why?
He was just laying there. I assume you still have food or smelled like food in there.
Rocky, come back!
You gotta come out here. He's busy.
Alright, I'll be back.
He's busy right now, John.
Spence, you there, bub?
Right here.
I just emailed you an invite. I hope you get it.
Thank you.
I think I sent it to your email. If not, you can also check like Obsidian Portal to see if there's anything there. But let me know if you get it.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, I think I was able to accept it.
Baller.
So I was gonna drink more single cut, and then I was like, well, we're having a breezy narrated party, so I might as well drink more breezy beer.
I mean, single cut's pretty good too.
Or as
There's
we
a lot
like to
going on in
call
that
it, Beersy.
That should be the name I submit for my second beer.
Should it though?
Boy, if you need names, I got names for days, man.
But do you have days for names?
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I do.
Ah, good to know.
I've got infinite time for bullshit.
Ah, dangerous. So yeah,
BR
more 87. So
That's my dad. That's my dad's favorite too.
but what's your favorite?
We don't make it right now.
Yeah, but you can still tell me what it is.
It's a toss-up between Darkling, which is an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels that we do, Bennington, which is an oatmeal stout with that we do with maple syrup, or Annie Oatly, which is a pale ale with oats in the brew, which is very smooth and very nice.
Ooh. You would like the dark beers.
Darkness.
No, parents.
No hops.
The opposite of ops.
Alrighty, I am back.
Well,
Excellent. I'm just gonna throw this out of the way. It is extraordinarily hard to not make every male dragonborn you come across just default to Caladan. It is very hard.
I mean, aren't they all just Kaladin? Isn't Donaar just Kaladin?
You meet a street performer. His eyes glow a baleful purple light, and his skin moves with an unnatural metallic clink.
Hello?
Ripping out of his shoulder blades are two skeletal wings that seem to move with a mind of their own.
He's also still missing a leg.
He's also still.
but carrying it around.
Haven't addressed that yet.
Again, because of the magic of D&D, we took a short rest and I healed up. I'm at full health with no leg.
Yeah, it's casual.
Yeah, I'm assuming Kaladin's
You're
got
just
a
an
T.
undead monstrosity. It's no big deal.
He's got a T2 liquid metal leg.
Oh no, well, Randy and I have been speaking.
Oh.
We have ideas.
Oh. Okay. 'cause
Forge
I
is
also-
gonna make you a chainsaw leg.
No, nothing so mechanical. Just maybe a cannon.
A
Chainsaw
cannon?
leg
What?
is thinking small,
Wait,
dude.
are you gonna have a shotgun leg like in that
Chainsaw dick is where it's at.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, you're not thinking big enough.
I'm
Or
thinking
smaller?
I'm thinking concussion blast hidden in the kneecap.
Ah, yes. Favorite weapon of the Keveraxians of old.
How about a self-destruct button?
I got the best gift of everyone.
That all that is that's just his mindset. That's just his inner voice.
You also have wings. You have skeletal wings, right?
I know. I want to talk to Randy about maybe fashioning some things for that.
Listen, just saying. I got the best gift. I got my own mind.
True. I mean, see,
No
you
strings
don't
attached.
need legs when you can fly, Lieutenant Dan.
See, because I realized that Caladan is smart. He's just not wise. So he could think of some of these things on his own.
I mean, since the wings give you a climbing speed, you could presumably walk around on them and just hold your legs
That's
up.
just fucking creepy. I will have no part of that. You do not do that, good sir. Fuck that shit.
I've already thought about dock hocking my way until we get to a point where we can.
No! That's so fucking creepy.
Which is appropriate, because they do kind of move with lots of involuntary twitches.
I don't like that at all. I don't like any of this.
I realize I just need to because Yahek is much more the smooth talker, that I just need to build her, Caladan into an intimidation machine, and things are happening outside his control that are super allowing for that to happen.
Oh, he's so scary. Oh my god.
I don't afraid of anything.
No love here.
Alright.
Except overdosing.
Right, and when the nightmare creature tells you can't take a hit till he's there.
And when you ask for a phone call with the most dangerous of all gods, it's casual.
can't believe it. I need you to talk with the only evil god that doesn't say they're evil.
It was all a dream.
The only god who doesn't bother taking on a vaguely humanoid form to relate to people.
Wait, who?
Hastorderir, I thought.
Hmm?
I thought that was who's the
The Hydralisk one?
yeah.
Yeah, that one. The one he asked for a phone call to. No, Astrodeer actually takes on a kind of humanoid form. The Yokunan does not.
That's what I'm thinking of. I just remember Hastorderir because that's the name of the one Dark Souls character we played together with that one time.
Ah, yes.
You used to call me.
Okay, he's also a really dangerous god, but whatever.
All right, well, listen, we're all back.
Ooh,
Having
okay.
a great time.
Break is gone.
Break is gone. That's not what I wanted to happen. I hate you.
But the leaks are still spinning.
The leaks are still spinning. Oh god, motherfucker. Alright, hold on.
Is that what the music changes to?
Just
No,
burping.
shut up.
Rocky, come here.
I'm here.
Balboa?
Open the door for you, Amy.
Hey yo, Adrian.
Rocky, come here. Okay, done.
Uh-oh. Who's rolling dice and what for?
Worry about it.
You know it's
I love
Alright.
just rolling dice.
Yeah.
There's
It is
a,
on the
Blim's
key.
rolling for his campaign.
there's a Open Watch Together link because this screwed me over.
Oh, you broke.
Yeah.
You broke it?
So, the evening passes on, you guys all share some nice casual conversation. And as everything gets back together, many of the stalls and banisters have been pushed off to the side, and a large pile of bonfire is almost wheeled in from the side and deposited. And as it is, there is this beginning dance of a troop of young brass and gold dragonborn that, following this rhythmic drum beat, begin to wind their way around in a very, very rhythmic, like almost battle dance pattern. And as they hit a climax, the music just cuts out for a second, and all of them in unison breathe forwards towards the fire in a furious. It is the conflagration goes up, and there's this bonfire. Everyone just kind of ooh and ahs and claps as this very, very intricate dance. There's moments where it almost looks like as their bodies kind of weave past and form between each other, it's almost like a dragon bereft of wings snaking its way in and around the fire before it explodes and lights up. But as it does, the music kicks back in, and you see as the dancers kind of fade away into the crowd, each of them walks up to an individual. One walks up to you, Donaar, and you recognize it as the female dragonborn from the race that you tripped over, and holds her hand out to you.
I look at her quizzically and take it.
Alright, she pulls you up off your feet, and immediately leads you on this kind of like spinning, not like waltz, but at like triple speed, around the campfire. Haruki, you look over as Perixen has walked up to you and holds a hand out.
Sure thing, youngin. And I stand up and take her hand.
She giggles, and she's almost as tall as you are, and absolutely begins to lead you in a quick dance. Well, one by one, other individuals go up to other individuals and begin this like very, very quick jumping waltz. Rethner, you do recognize this it's not a courtly dance. This is done in the celebration of seasons passing, of years being marked for like birthdays and such. This is it's a general celebration dance. There are many variations throughout the Empire, but and this is a very basic but very, very classic version of it.
I'm gonna cast a quick glance about. Are Donaar's parents nearby? Or dancing?
Make a perception check.
I will use guidance on that. 21.
21. You notice that the mother and father, Torn and Simeath, are sitting on the steps to the overseers, their abode, looking at the fire with her head is kind of resting on his shoulder, and their closest arms are kind of intertwined with each other. And his head seems to be like bobbing slightly to the music.
I'm gonna just catch Mrs. Donaar's eye for a sec and just shrug a question at her. But if they're comfortable, then I don't want to.
You, as isolated as you were, you know the basics of court within the Empire. You walk up, and you all watch as Rethanir walks up, and his like dour expression breaks ever so slightly as he breaks into this very graceful bow. Not all the way down to the waist, but kind of more almost at the chest, and with an over kind of exaggerated motion, kind of holds the elbow and the arm out towards Synthrin, Donaar's mother, who kind of with like blinks a couple times, and there's this grin that shows up on her face, and she looks towards her husband, who just kind of shrugs and is like.
I also look over to Thornton and just make sure he's, if I may.
He's laughing, like he's chuckling. By all means.
As you said, we of the Empire stick together, and well, we must maintain tradition.
Good luck. Synthrin accepts your arm and kind of like very in a courtly manner, like, and again matching the over courteousness of your actions, places a hand on top of yours, and the two of you and you begin to lead her into the circle of dancers. Make a performance check with advantage with your proficiency bonus.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alrighty. Well, okay, that's two not great things. Performance with proficiency. 11.
Okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and it's apparent that you're quite rusty. However, you don't trip over your feet to the extent that would cause embarrassment as Synthrin pulls you in a robust and quickened pace throughout the dance around the campfire. She is setting a rather marathon pace. And it takes a bit. It takes about two in circles and two repeats of the song around the fire itself before you get your feet in front of you. But then as you do, the old blood begins to flow a little, and you remember your moves. And it takes some time, but you all watch as Rethanir, the tense muscles and the stoicism begin to almost melt away as this, as graceful as his heritage would belie, begins to weave and dance and fall and fade with this excitable and rather experienced Dragonborness, who is very clearly set a hard pace.
at maybe like the third or fourth go around, you'll see something that might be even more shocking. Kirinthenia smiles, clearly himself.
Oh wait,
Mhm.
I don't notice. It's fine.
Rethy smiling?
Yugi, at this point, you've been left by Perixin, who has gone over to Sylvarin and is now attempting to like pull him into the dance.
I guess I will just continue trying to maneuver my way around the dance floor.
He meditates on the dance floor.
It's a slow dance. He's dancing by himself.
We'll talk about that.
You know what? Make a performance check.
Hey!
It's been
Make a T check.
If it was a T-check. Ooh, not bad. 17.
You don't really know the moves, but the enthusiasm is there and the good vibes are flowing, and you're able to kind of sort of match like the rhythm and intensity of the dance, if not the movements. And you're able to keep going. Sylvarin,
Doing my best.
you're doing your best, and it's not bad. Sylvarin, this young female dragonborn in like this like flowy princessy dress of like peach and red and amber and gray and blue and white. That you recognize as Donaar's youngest sister is walking up, is like tugging at your arm to pull you into the dance.
And I dance.
And now,
Only if you
He
want
does.
to.
Roll a performance check.
But you can leave your friends behind.
Oh god.
Um, 18.
18. All right. So, you are also unfamiliar with the dance, but the beat seems to catch you, and with Perixin's guiding, she begins to kind of weave you in and out, kind of weaves you around Rethanir and Synthrin once or twice, and kind of weaves you over. Kind of like she does like a double take when she looks over and sees Donaar dancing with the dragonborn nest from before, and then kind of like stumbles from a minute, and you catch her, and she kind of like pushes you off her, but like not in like a like aggressive way, but just in like a you messed my groove, man.
Yeah, we're related.
But continues to kind of like weave you back and forth and in and out, and you're doing an admirable job of keeping up with the pace of everything.
Woo.
Woo!
Do I know who this person is?
Make a history check.
Ah, fuck. Oh wait, I'm actually proficient at that.
Going so far back, you have to make a history check.
11.
11. Okay. I actually have notes for this.
What?
Oh shit.
There was that
oh,
one
the very
time
DM.
you had your first drink.
You stood her up in the town dance
Oh, God.
the night you left. Go
Oh
on your
shit.
Oh, that would be a whole different story if that's what actually happened.
You were supposed to meet her under the moonlight, but then you decided to go and adventure off with your friends instead.
Wait, which time?
He's never
First time or
quite
the second
forgiven
time?
you.
Wait, no, that would have been the first time.
I'm glad Donaar remembered his own backstory.
Yeah. Listen, I could mirror you my screen right now. I have both Word documents open with the town.
Alright. It takes you a minute. You didn't recognize her at the race, and you didn't recognize her when you when she initially brought you out to dance. This is Jaxi.
Joxy?
Jaxi. She was a childhood friend of yours. That she was very much a tomboy of your friend group growing up. You didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with her, as your much of your time was spent begrudgingly with studies with your father and oldest brother that didn't seem to take, and then with sparring matches with your second oldest brother, which seemed to take much better. But there were several nights that you guys snuck out to play classic kiddish games, get scolded by your parents, and sent back. She wasn't your best friend, wasn't your worst friend, but she was somebody that was, you spent some childhood time with.
So she's basically my age.
Mhm.
I'll wait until after the dancing for any conversation. Because let's be real, Donaar's not a dexterous person.
It's too bad enhance abilities touch.
Kenor, do you wish to try to join
You mean
the dance circle to get closer to Donaar?
Do I? Okay, so do I see Donaar? You know.
Donaar is doing the equivalent of the white man shuffle. with, while
Yeah, he is.
this dragonborness of the same age is like trying to get him to do like the regular dance that everyone else is doing.
Well,
he's
you
like-
know.
He's like, no, I got this. He doesn't got this.
Well,
I
you
would
know.
just like to say, I'm doing that dance. I have a good performance. I'm doing that dance well.
You know what does have? Well, does he look? He looks like he's okay with it, right?
He
He's
looks
not
like
like.
he's having a lot of fun. There's just kind of this look of like bemused. like,
Okay, well,
bewildered
I can't help that.
on
I can't help that.
the lady dragonborn's face.
Donaar, move your hips.
Like
Alright.
this?
No.
I'm gonna just like cast wish. That's the only thing powerful enough.
Can Donaar? I wish for Donaar to get
All right,
rhythm.
so I'm just gonna, I'll move up. Boop, and then I touch the back of his knee. When I
You lawnmower through the crowd.
no, and then cast enhance ability, and I give him cat's grace.
So dexterity.
Yes,
Alrighty.
this time it's definitely gonna be Dex.
Performance is charisma.
Fuck.
Good try, though.
I will say this, Kenor, you would have known that.
Okay, I'll cast. I'm gonna cast Eagle Splendor. That's for an hour, buddy.
I don't know what it does.
You're only gonna need 5 minutes.
By the way, Donaar, you do also notice that her scales are gold.
Oh.
But they were always gold.
They were always gold, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah, they were.
What?
Donaar, make a performance check as Kenor like weakened Bernie's away.
Okay, what does enhanced ability do?
Gives you advantage
Get
on it.
advantage.
Ooh, advantage on performance. Okay. Natural 20. So,
Woo!
24.
Alrighty. So, as you continue your white man shuffle in this like slightly amused look of like just like what are you doing? You kind of give her a wink and you sweep one hand around her waist, one hand on her shoulder, and in a smooth, deft motion pick her up off the ground and in this like kind of like parabolic pattern begin bringing her around in a perfect unison with the time of the song. Bring her in a wonderful display of the traditional dance that is being held right now that everyone else is going on. You end up catching the eye, Rethenir, you and Synthrin begin like I kind of like stop for a moment because as they're about to collide into you, so furious and perfect is their dance as they kind of go by, and Synthrin just kind of chuckles to herself knowingly. Sylvarin, you guys are immediately crashed into as Brixen is not paying attention whatsoever to her surroundings. As Donaar and Jaxie, in their furious dance, have been pushing through the various crowds, and you guys all of a sudden smack into each other and tumble to the ground for a hot second.
Oh.
Wait, so we crashed in with them?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like hard, like.
What happened? Oh. Hey, Sylvain. Hey, Brixen.
Get off me! You're ruining the dance moment. Get.
I get up and pick her up. And I'll offer a hand to Joxy.
She's already up.
Damn.
Foiled again.
They're just kind of looking at you with this look on their face. But the evening begins to die down. The fire eventually begins to burn low. Drinks are shared. Food has been presented out. The fire is doing an excellent job of keeping the cold of the night away.
Uh-oh. The Fire Nation attacks.
Yeah, it's the Yahtzee. Yeah, definitely Yahtzee.
It's okay. All the Dragonborn that just breathe fire are resistant to fire, so we're good.
Oh, you know what? Hill John.
Surprise! It's the Earth Kingdom.
No! Wait, do they use lightning?
Wait, this music.
No, that'd be lit.
No!
Sorry.
The music begins
Nope,
to.
they just use giant platinum mix.
The music begins to slow and swell and kind of meander down to a much calmer point.
I thank Synthra.
You also recognize, by the way, Rethnir, that the song that they're now transitioning to is the final song for the night and is traditionally done for couples. So she appreciates your cadence. You walk away, and Torin is walking, is very close behind you, and gives you a hearty pat on the back, and says, "Did better than I ever could." And kind of winks at you. Synthrin. They take each other in their arms and begin this slow meandering around. You see several individuals kind of sitting down, talking slowly and conversing to each other. Prixon is keeping Silvarin in an iron grip, and the two of you are moving in like this slow, like 8th grade formal dance.
Someone comes over, 2 feet apart.
Save room for Jesus.
Save room for Bahamut.
Bahamut, yeah.
Like she takes your arms, puts them on her shoulders, then and then reaches up and puts her hands on your shoulders, and you guys begin to like move back and forth. Donaar, Jaxie is looking at you, kind of like out of the side of her eye.
Donaar is totally internally freaking out. He's like, what?
Do I see him freaking out?
Yes, you do.
I'd like to, banish. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, charisma saving throws I got.
And then Jaxie is just no more.
If she loves
know
you,
what?
she'll come back.
She stays in the same plane for some reason. No, I'll cast calm emotion.
Okay, does that have a verbal component to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll allow it.
You could save if you want. It is charisma.
Oh, I could totally save.
You can also choose to fail.
I mean, I have no idea what's going on, so sure, whatever. I'll let it happen.
Okay.
It's
There's
actually each humanoid in 20 feet.
Everyone's suddenly like, fun party.
like
Excuse
that.
me while I roll all of my d20s. Hold on.
It's calm
It's like-
emotions. It's not kill party.
Or you could bring Donaar aside first.
Or you could just push me.
Okay.
And then just
How many
touch
dice
me.
did you just roll?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All
8.
the d20.
I rolled 11 d20s.
Oh god.
14.
I would need to roll a natural 1 to fail it, John.
Fail, succeed, fail, 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 fail. All but 2 failed.
Wait, did you add 4? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna ask you to do that. I'm kidding.
I cast guidance.
Okay, so it's I just suppress charmed or frightened.
Okay. Donaar, your heartbeat kind of settles for a moment, and the blood ceases to pump into your ears for just a hot second.
But I still see her looking like sideways at me, not taking a step away.
Yeah.
I'll offer my hand.
She takes it and pulls you in. Not as close as your mother or father or some of the other couples that are around, but enough that you guys are able to make eye contact if that's your wish.
Yes.
It's also only a minute. Just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna make you overlive all of your high school dance.
Yes. This is
okay.
what
I
D&D
didn't
is
go that
for.
heavy. I actually enjoyed
You're
mine.
living high school?
Yes. Oh wait. I mean, no.
There's, you guys make a couple passes, and each time you do, you can feel like there's like a tenseness that kind of, in both of you, that just kind of like melts ever so slightly, and eventually she kind of leans in and puts her head on your shoulder just for a quick second, gives you kind of a squeeze and kind of pulls back.
I squeeze back. This entire time we haven't said one word to each other.
I'm gonna just take a seat by the side.
Yeah, I would have dipped out of the whole circle and not danced by myself.
I've become inspired by Donaar, and I've asked archery range lady to dance with me.
All right.
Okay. So you woke up, you don't know her name.
The priestess of Melora?
She make a charisma check.
Okay, not a. Let's see. Just straight charisma.
Just a
Okay.
straight charisma check.
Ah, 7.
Ah!
She looks at you and she smiles and she taps her shoulder a little bit and says, "Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not quite in the mood to dance tonight."
Ah, that's 5. And I walk away.
That's so good.
Jaxie says to you, Donaar, "I knew you were gone for a while. Most people thought you were dead. Most people thought you ran away.
No.
It's, you were the talk of the town for months. What'd you go and do?"
It's a long, painful story, but I mean, if you want to talk after, I'll be more than happy to tell it to you.
Not tonight.
What was that? Sorry.
What? Tonight?
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually need to go up to the sanctum tomorrow.
Oh, right. It's where, Kirkad took you, right?
I mostly left for everyone here.
Well, how noble of you.
Yeah, it sounds like that, doesn't it? But
No, it doesn't.
yeah. No, I've seen what happens, and
What happens when what? When you leave your friends and your family behind with no notice, no anything? You disappeared in the night. The last time any of us saw you, you were bleeding from everywhere. And then you were
Yeah.
absconded again to some place none of us had ever heard of.
yeah, the first time the sanctum saved me, and that's why I went back there.
To be saved again.
You know, I never really fit in here.
You fit in with me.
Yeah, no, I did. But I went out that first time, you know, all brave and excited, gonna defend everyone. And you saw what happened to me.
You know,
And
no one
then,
blames you for that night, right?
no, I didn't think they did, but especially once Prixon was born, and I saw her the way she was. Look, you've seen her.
She's wilder than every 10 of us, I'll say that.
Yeah,
more
and then I mean, I can't say that you haven't crossed my mind,
Well, that is a surprising amount of amusement.
but look, even getting here was dangerous. And I mean, have you heard about what's happening in the farms up north?
I've heard some, yes. Bresh likes to brag.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah, of course he does.
But I want to make sure that nights like tonight can continue happening. The only thing I really care about is music, happiness, smiles, laughter, dancing, family, you. I've
Well, all
been
you
gone.
can.
I've been gone a long time, and look, me leaving tomorrow is not going to be like last time.
She kind of blinks for a couple seconds. Well, if you care so much about dancing, maybe you can do a better job this time. And she kind of pulls you into a little continuation.
I grin at her and take it as a challenge.
It's a slow song.
I don't take it as a challenge. I smile.
Break it down!
Drop the beat!
Drop that bass.
Eventually, the fire fades into embers. Most people begin to make their own ways back into their abodes. Donaar, your mother, comes up to you before you retire for the night and gives you a quick hug. Holds you by the shoulder. Good luck tomorrow. Be safe, my boy.
Don't think I'm leaving without saying bye.
I just had to be sure.
No. And I look at Joxy, like I glance at her real quick. This is nothing like last time.
I'm very happy to hear that. Kind of gives you another hug and pushes you away. You all retire to your various abodes. Donaar, Jaxie pulls you to the side as you make your way back to the office and says, "No, really, what have you been up to this entire time?" And you can see, and she holds up two faded green bottles.
Where was it that we broke into as kids?
Well, the Wyvern Barn wasn't quite as fortified as it was now, but we'd always make our way out towards as past Balazar's house.
Yeah.
His
Let's
farm's
go.
pretty wide.
If you want to make it like a summary thing, basically what I plan on telling her is the Donaar retelling of stories, minus the stuff that Rethi forced me to tell my parents.
Oopsies.
Like I'll imply that like stuff was bad, but I'm not gonna say death.
Okay. All right. You all sleep quite soundly. throughout the night. Donaar, you don't make it. The story takes quite some time to tell, and she is hungry for details. Both bottles end up being finished by the time your stories are completed, and you're feeling rather fuzzy-headed. Rethanir and Silvarin, you would both be awake as your sleep cycles don't require as much downtime. If either of you guys would have been outside the thatch for any reason, you would have seen about 4 hours from sunrise a slightly smiling Donaar stumble his way back home.
Well, I would have been outside going for the walk, so.
Oh, can I just add one thing?
Sure.
Where is it? It's under other position type. As I talked about the griffin, can I give her one feather? I still got 2.
You can give her a feather.
Yeah! 1.
You stand up to leave, and she pulls you back for a second, gives you a quick kiss on the cheek.
Aww.
Our boy has become a man.
He's 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Which is
different than humans.
Which is like adult in Dragonborn, but like still, he's only.
It's adorable.
I smile kind of wistfully at seeing that.
I don't even notice you're there.
No, you don't.
That's fucking creepy, Reth.
I mean, I'm not trying. I don't do stealth. I just assume Donaar doesn't notice.
I know, but still.
Ralph, you were there when we first got into like Ondor. I didn't notice anything. The sky was blue, the buildings were big.
But after a brief walk about town, I would go to the temple of, or the shrine to Bahamut, to meditate and pray.
Okay. You get there. Ildrex is already awake. He is walking about, setting, kind of like walking up and whispering to these various incense burners, and as he whispers, he finishes the phrase, and there's a slight spark that comes out of his mouth that lights each piece of incense. Turns and just kind of gives you a small nod, and continues on his morning ritual.
Okay. So, yeah, I just settled down out of his way.
You all come to consciousness, and in very varying states of leg soreness from the dancing or head weariness from the drinking, depending on how much of either you decided to imbibe on. But in the morning, you all kind of like walk out, and you see both Torin and Synthrin are waiting at the steps outside of their house, the overseer's abode. Torin is kind of standing there with his arms behind his back. Now, it is my understanding. Good morning, all of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Blessed morning upon you both.
Now, it is my understanding that you wish to depart and take metal to these giants to the north. I have only just been reunited with my son. I would ask, please make sure he comes back to me. I do not wish to stop any of you. I can see there is no use in that. And I've always known Donaar to be a wanderer, and have a heart much bigger than can afford to sit in his chest. But I ask all of you, be cautious, be lethal, and be careful. If there is a fight you don't think you can win, I would rather you not risk your life nor the life of my son in that endeavor. Come back, get Paresh, get what we can from our militia, and we will take and force those giants out of there with your help. That is no help to us if you are all dead. And then stoicism breaks for a second as he walks towards you, Donaar, and puts both hands on your shoulders. It was very good to see you. Please keep in touch more.
I told Mom. It's not like last time. Wait, don't we have a thing? I'm like looking around at, I don't know, Breathy, I guess, as the other bag of holding.
Indeed, and since one of these is already with your parents, perhaps you should hold on to the other.
Oh, you gave it to them already? Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
did not notice.
No, you didn't. But they do have it, and you should take this.
What is it? Is it a sending stone?
It is a sending stone.
Thank you.
Your parents have the other one.
Alright, now let me ask you guys this. Can you guys play for half an hour, for an hour? How much longer can you guys play for?
I can play forever, so...
You know me, bro.
I know.
I will probably set a limit at like 11:15.
Well,
Your kids will know the difference.
I
anybody
have
else have
class
any?
tomorrow.
Anybody else have any objections
No,
to him?
did John die?
John, you there, bub?
I think he's petting the dog.
No, he's not. Dog's sleeping.
Oh. He
Is
probably
that
wants
a-
to get ice cream.
Anybody object if we continue on towards this farm?
Hell
Wait.
no.
Wait, but John really isn't here?
Do you want me to go knock on his door?
Yes, please.
Okay.
No, that'd be fine. Now you just have to find all the dice I dropped.
Were you also rolling 11 d20s?
I was not. I just bumped into my little holding
He
table.
hears us, guys.
Who hears us?
John.
The doji?
Yeah.
I don't know who John is.
Joan Ford?
The Yoff, the Nor.
Donaar?
He can continue. Must be nice.
To have Washington on your side?
I don't think you know what ironic means, bro.
I think I do.
Also,
It's not what
you?
most people think it means.
before we leave, is Jaxie anywhere in sight?
Make a perception check.
Ah, fuck. I was really hoping the dice would be nice to me. 5.
You look around. You look back towards the area you guys were hanging out the night before. Don't really see anything, fortunately.
I sigh. Also, just as a guilt thing, because I really don't remember, was our plan to clear out the farm today, or was it to go around? I don't remember what we agreed on.
I thought we agreed to go towards the hill giants, and if we couldn't glean any more information
I
or
believe you
confront
were
them, we would go to the monastery.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna kick Hill Giant booty today.
do some recon.
Yeah, I thought it was to do recon. If it's solvable now, solve it. If it wasn't, to pass on to the sanctuary and then come up with ideas to solve it on the way back.
Yeah, I think that's verbatim what Haruki said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so if solvable, cool. If not,
Continue
Leave it, come
moving,
back later.
ask for help
Gotcha.
from the sanctuary, figure out what's going on there, come back, and then solve it on the way back.
coolio.
Yeah. So I think it was go take care of the.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to double check. Thank you.
Hey, listen, man. It's triple check if you want.
Okay, so Gil knows, but Donaar doesn't. So what do we?
Alright, so you guys all continue forward. Takes about an hour into the morning. Donaar, you show them the way, and about maybe 200 feet or so from the clearing that Baresh showed you before, you kind of slow everybody down and begin to creep your way slowly towards the occupied farmland.
I'd like to go stealth. Okay.
Can I go super stealth? Is that a thing I can do with my plate armor?
No. No, it's
Damn
not.
it!
I muffle your clinking with hugs.
Alrighty. So
Then-
you guys
Donaar, why don't you stay back and...
You guys are down here, bottom left-hand corner. You guys, this is from the last fight, from the dragon fight. So you guys are all healed to full.
Hey!
Obviously, adjust your hit points accordingly for what you guys rolled. By the way,
Yeah, you're
Spence, did you roll for level 10 health?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
Spence.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, wow, that's so embarrassing.
It really is. I'm so sorry.
So you guys are able to see. And again, kind of as before, like you guys see, and the farmland itself is kind of sectioned off in these very like old English style, like high, closely grown together berms of shrub and trees that kind of section off and divide each section of land into different areas. It's pretty impossible to see through them, like how densely and thickly the brush is grown together. But you know, this northern farm up here is the area. And as you got further, you saw, Donaar, you saw some of those mounds from before in different areas before, and of different sizes. They seem to have moved and have changed around. Yeah, you guys have now slowly made your way into this first past push forward in the bottom left, the southernmost, easternmost corner of this farm, and have pushed yourself into the area. And the entire swath in front of you in this first area is completely like matted and pushed, like all the grass and the wheat and whatever like tall grassland vegetation that has been growing here has been absolutely destroyed and smashed and pushed to the ground. I'd like to ask everyone to make a perception check, please.
With hashtag guidance.
What does guidance entail?
I mean,
It affects
I'm hashtag guidancing myself.
Oh, just you. Okay. Jeez. I feel like Malin again.
I'm also gonna guidance myself then.
There you go. Good man.
Well, I only got a 12. With guidance. So.
Ooh. Wait, with advantage, are you trying to smell them?
20.
I'm not at this time.
Okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay. This one is fine, but going forward, Sylvarin. So both Sylvarin and Valen, you hear immediately in this next kind of, and you see before there's this break in the groves of these shrubs that are growing, and beyond that you can hear some sort of like shuffling and grunting sounds. Conversing slowly, but it's too guttural and too far away for you to be able to really get a handle of what they're saying. You guys are free to do as you wish.
Rethy,
Have we
look to
rolled?
your elf I see.
What do you smell?
So Valen and Sylvarin, you guys have heard that beyond this patch of ruined and roughened grass and wheatland, somewhere up here, you heard sounds.
Can I want to climb the tree next to us and
Donaar, come back here.
Donaar.
Yeah, don't. You're right. But actually, who grabbed me?
Does Donaar just go sprinting over there?
I didn't.
I would hope not.
Damn it, Johnny!
I'd like to climb the tree and see what I can see from you know, top of it.
It's a very skinny shrub type thing.
Oh.
So, it goes about maybe 10, 20 feet up in the air. You can make an athletics check if you want.
No, that's okay.
Okay, it's gonna be it's certainly doable. But it's just you can certainly try.
A doable is not in my dictionary.
Okay. All right, you do any of you push forward?
I'll slink forward sneakily.
Okay,
Valen,
roll a stealth check.
Before you proceed, then I
Yes.
put a hand on his shoulder and give him guidance and
I put a hand on his other kneecap, and I cast resistance.
From
Oh,
Double the cleric, double the fun.
resistance from guidance.
It's very specific.
already. So, Valen, roll a stealth check for me, please.
25.
Okay. So you are actually able to sneak your way all the way up here, and it is revealed that the rest of this little quadrant here is safe. There's nothing hiding in the bushes. But what it does reveal to you as well as you sneak up and you look forward, you see the source of the grunting. You see two figures that are kind of sitting there pulling apart the last dregs of a cart and trying to see if they can if there's anything hiding underneath it. You see
Oh boy.
one creature is brutish, bald head, yellowish skin, kind of sitting there hulking. Two large, oversized tusks kind of pointing out from the bottom of the mouth, holding there's a wooden club. It seems to be honestly a piece of the cart that's just kind of hanging off slightly to one side as it's pulling through. But another creature, massive in size, standing over 15 to 20 feet tall, sitting there kind of pushing him out of the way, trying to grab at some of the various dregs that are lying on the ground and just shoving them directly into its mouth. This small, beady black eyes, large, opulent, corpulous form of a double, triple chin on this giant, bloated, brooding belly that kind of falls past onto the loincloth that it seems to be wearing as it's pushing this slightly smaller creature. And when I say smaller than it still stands at least 10 feet tall, and it pushes it to the side and grabs and tries to pull whatever it can out of the cart's mess.
Yikes.
That was a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of pulling. I look back to the group, specifically Rethanir, and I hold two fingers up and I point in that direction.
I nod.
I go back to the.
Okay, make another stealth check.
$23.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you even add the guidance before?
No, I didn't.
Awkward.
Why are you in the dark?
Can I guide?
Oh, because the lighting from the monitor is better than the lighting
Boring. Let's keep going.
from behind.
Unfortunately, Sylvain, to guide him, you need to touch him, and he's about like 80 feet away from you.
Can I wistfully look at him and wish I could touch him?
Of course.
As
mean,
one does.
I do
You
that.
sped on our chests, so. Pretty close.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Alright, you move back. Your movement does not seem to elicit any response from the creatures. Do you hear me, Valen?
Yeah, so no response from the
You
creatures.
you were able to move back, and there was no response from the creatures.
404.
Yeah, response not. Whatever. I
There are
was.
two of something.
There's two. Big old boy. Oh no, Windows update.
Windows Update Supermarine.
But most importantly, there's two hill giants up ahead, and they're tearing apart some kind of cart.
My God.
Are there more nearby?
Any what?
Are there more nearby?
I only saw the two, but one is quite larger than the other one.
Should we make like a big noise somewhere over there and see how many run to it?
Oh, we could kill those two if we're able to confine them to a small area. I could lay down a zone of silence based on, but we would have to within it.
Who can attack at a range?
I can do it. All I can say is, in my experience, hill giants are a toxic part of any environment. They won't stop eating. And I think.
Valen, since when do you use such big words?
Which words? What words? Who
The
used
best words.
You all hear a grunt and a.
Do you guys think we could take these two out?
Perhaps, but perhaps further reconnaissances in order
Should we?
to see if engaging these would be foolish.
I agree. Let's see if there's another group around, and if there isn't, we can take them out. But if there is, maybe we should reevaluate.
Sylvain,
Hmm.
you are possessed of the ability to take on a avian form, are you not?
I suppose I could.
From on high, you might see much than here.
Hmm. Am I able to communicate when I'm in animal form?
Wait,
don't-
that bird?
Well, if I,
But I think Donaar knows to speak with animals.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say you could just like, you know how horses count? They go.
Oh wait. Yeah.
How quiet is this conversation, guys?
Very quiet.
Okay,
it's like super quiet.
everyone make a stealth check.
Ah,
Do you know how it's so quiet that I don't even need to make a stealth
Wait,
check?
Just-
if I'm not moving, am I at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Is it considered
Same
a disadvantage?
It's a straight roll because it's not involved in movement. So Donaar, anybody who has talked, roll a stealth check, please.
Okay.
Shit.
I actually haven't talked, so.
Okay. Well,
Mm.
Jesus.
Not good.
20 for me.
Hoo boy.
4.
hey
Randomly.
guys, I think they made the choice for us.
So
Hey man, you want to turn into an eagle?
it's not Donaar.
Yeah.
It's not Haruki. It's Rethanir in an uncommon amount of noise. His voice cracks as he says, "Can you not turn into
Rethi, why are you walking to talk right now?
both
Clank,
Rethanir and
clank,
Valen. Rethanir because of your armor, and Valen and Sivarin because of your previous checks. You hear.
I take out my shield.
Run. Walk away.
Wait, can I cast Pass Without a Trace?
That-
Are they right next to us, or like
No,
what?
no, they're not right next to you. But it's like you look around. There's maybe a couple places you can try. You can try. I
Didn't help, John.
so you cast that. What are you guys doing really quick? You guys have like 6 seconds to act right now.
Is there a bush or something to get behind?
Jump behind the bush!
Can we run into these? Yeah.
The
These bushes, they're very dense. They grow like super close to one another. So
Jump
you can try,
behind the
like,
bush!
You can try to like press yourselves into them, but like it's to push past them. It's gonna be really tough to get like push
Well,
past them.
You said they were very skinny, right?
Yeah, they're like skinny. Well, they're skinny, small like shrubs. Like you can't really climb them, but they grow very close to each other.
Well, either to
I'm
wedge
gonna-
myself in or like get on the floor under some kind of entrance
Okay.
into
So
the shrubbery.
you guys can all try to press yourself into the shrubbery. So I will say it's a stealth check at disadvantage, but you have the +10.
Nice, my armor isn't doing anything.
Are we not? Are we not invisible?
Yeah.
No, so pass without a trace test gives a +10 to stealth. It does not make you invisible.
Ah.
Okay, so
Awkward.
we're making stealth
Wait, was I thinking of a different spell?
Probably.
Probably invisibility.
Invisibility?
Invisibility only affects yourself. It does not affect other people.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
no,
so we're
I'm sorry,
making-
it only affects one target.
No, no, then Pass Without a Trace is good. Let's do that.
So we're making stealth checks at disadvantage with +10.
Correct.
Guys, stealthiest I've ever fucking been.
That's with disadvantage.
Yeah, it was 14 and 12.
Jesus. 29.
Can someone remind me how disadvantage works?
So roll twice. Take the lower of the two numbers, then add for this specific roll. Then add your stealth bonus, then +10.
Oh wait, my stealth bonus too.
Dude, imagine if
Uh,
I rolled 29 actually, but
four.
39. Jeez.
So
Oh.
it's 10. 10 plus your stealth bonus plus 10.
Sorry, I forgot.
23.
It's actually that.
Okay. Okay. You all press yourselves into as far as you can into the sides of the shrubbery and thrush here. You see as this massive, opulent face just presses itself, these beady black eyes looking around. There's like a globule of saliva that rolls down one cheek. You can see also hill giants are normally, pretty open with their endowment. There is a rudimentary, like, metallic sheen, like some sort of, like, very piecemeal put together chain shirt that it's oversized and wearing around itself. As it looks around. Kind of steps in, but turns back to talk to its companion. Doesn't seem to notice you guys.
Whew.
What are you doing? It's now like shouting, not shouting, but like talking loudly to the other individual from before.
I poke Uncle Haruki.
I don't say anything.
I just taste it.
Oh wait, Haruki can't see my camera. I'm pointing to the right.
You can see your camera.
No, he can't.
Why? Alright, doesn't matter.
We learned from the dragon what not to do.
I'm gonna move 30 feet to the right.
Okay. Alright, you do that, make a stealth check.
16.
Alright. Everything seems fine.
What else do I see? Am I...
Nothing beyond what you can see right now. All the foliage, all of those shrubs are so densely packed you can't see by them.
Okay. Then, in that case, can I use my action to dash and go another 30 feet?
Yeah, make another stealth check. Actually, no, this is the same turn. We'll use that one. You're fine.
It's hard to measure.
So you can't go any more to the right because the shrub is so dense that you cannot move past the shrub without like taking like a physical action to go past.
So the line of trees that I see, I can't go past that without an action.
Right, you have to attempt to like force your way through those. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So I couldn't dash if I wanted to.
You could dash like up, you could dash back to your friends, but like you can't just like move through them. It's not just like stepping through like curated trees. Like they're growing like into each other. It's almost like a wall of like shrubbery.
Yeah, okay. So that I'm just gonna stay where I am for now.
Okay.
I will turn to the group and motion. I will point to Sylvarin and make a bird with my hands. And then I will point to Donaar and make like a talking thing, and then point to Sylvarin toward Sylvarin, and wait to see if they understood if I was trying to get across anything.
I didn't understand any of that. It's so weird.
I'm just gonna shake my head at Haruki.
I didn't understand that.
I'm just mouthing, what the fuck?
It's at this point that you all also hear from the corner adjacent to you. And is it shift or control for
Shift.
over here? You guys hear Donaar. You hear the same kind of roar from the day before.
Oh, it says yes.
Classic.
It is not the same guttural, bestial, reptilian growl that the dragon murmured. No.
I will then try to get everybody's attention again. I will point to my sword, and then point to the giant, and then I will point to my foot, and then point to the east.
Point to his ass.
Which way's east?
Left.
The right?
Or
The
no,
right.
wait, no, left. So west.
Okay.
Okay, wait, because is there off the map? Is there a way to exit this location, or do we have to go
Not
back where we
really.
came?
Not really. There's more of like a shrouded like shrubbery. You'd have to sort of go back the way you came.
Okay, well then I will point back the way we came,
That
and then I will gauge. I will look at everybody and gauge reactions.
still
You
don't
previously
quite-
said there was a roar from like the right of us.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to, I guess, use an action to move to the right.
Again, you'd have to like try to push back there. So make a strength check. Try to see if you can push your way through the shrubbery. This is going to create a significant amount of sound and noise by doing this.
Oh, it would.
Yeah, because you have to like force your way through these things. This isn't like just like a snake your way through. This is like a push branches
Oh,
to the
this is
side.
like it's a very strong underbrush.
Think the the Triwizard Tournament like Goblet of Fire like
Oh, the hedges.
Yeah.
yeah
Okay.
that it's like that but not like actively seeking to kill you.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna look pointedly at Sylvarin and also make a little bird gesture.
Okay. It's at this the hill giant walks up to these hedges and starts like poking and digging his club into them.
I cast Wild Shape on myself.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, what are you turning into?
A squid.
A lobster.
Mammoth.
Like an like an eagle or something.
Are you gonna fly?
Okay.
Like an
Make sure it's a
eagle?
giant eagle.
A giant
No, it doesn't
eagle.
have to be John. He's a druid.
It's pronounced Druid. Anyway,
He's Druish.
I've never used Wild Shape, so you're gonna have to help me through this.
Okay. So this is you now.
Eee.
This is your life on
Caca! Which one's Boozy?
None of those. So this is you now. This guy right here. That's oh boy.
I see me.
Okay. So you keep all of your mental stats. So charisma, intelligence, and wisdom stay the same, but all of your physical stats now become that of the eagle. So constitution, dexterity, and strength become that of the eagle. You also now have the hit points of an eagle. So if you take any damage, they first come off the eagle form, and then any damage that remains is transferred over to your regular form. And if your hit points drop to 0, you immediately revert back to your original form.
Cool boy. Okay.
Okay. Alright, are you flying anywhere? Are you staying where you are? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly, but I need to figure out what my movement is. I guess.
As an eagle?
80 feet.
So as an eagle, you are small, so you're actually half the size of that square. You have a flying speed of 60 feet. So you could dash and go 120 feet around.
Yeah, I'm a. Oh, how does vertical work? I think I can go 10.
You'd have to go 20 feet up in the air first in order to get around the shrubs.
So you can move 100 feet. essentially.
Okay, yeah, well, then I'm gonna dash 20 feet up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to.
You can also go higher than 20 feet if you.
You can go as high as the fuck you want, bro. You're a fucking eagle.
Well, up to 120 feet.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, actually,
If you want to
actually,
get high,
let me go to 40 feet.
Okay. God damn it. Okay.
Doesn't see a fucking eagle.
no, no KFC tonight.
And then I'm gonna move.
KFE.
Okay. As you fly away, I'm gonna use the previous roll that I just rolled, which was abysmal. Make a stealth check as the eagle. So roll and add 2.
It's a natural one.
Oh no!
Yes.
So you flutter, and as you do, you're caught in the freedom of this new form,
Just fucking caused.
and you flap out. And as you do, you screech out.
Can I self-destruct?
You had to. He rolled a 4. All you had to do was roll higher.
But
I couldn't have cast guidance on myself, could I?
No,
It wouldn't
you
have
can't,
mattered.
you can't cast spells as in that form.
Okay, alright.
And as you call out and fly away, the hill giant turns around. There's this slow grin on his face.
Kentucky Fried Eagle.
And bounds towards all of you. I need you all to roll initiative.
Son of a bitch.
Yay.
Wait, he hasn't noticed us, right?
You don't know.
That's fair.
Double fuck.
$12.
over 9,000.
Wow,
13.
these rolls have been fucking shit.
Don't worry, guys. If you stay within 10 feet of me, he can't scare you. No
I'm
more
happy-
Donaar fight.
I'm just happy to be playing a character that people want around them.
Yeah, so far I like Valen.
Yeah, Haruki's already patted him on the back. That's a good sign.
Dude, yeah, of course.
Oh wait, no, Donaar doesn't like him.
Yeah,
You didn't offer a pat on the back.
he never gave me pats on the back.
You didn't offer.
I didn't offer my back to you.
Guys.
If ever there were not a time.
Caw!
Motherfucker.
Alright, Breezy, it's your game.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Caw.
Caw.
Come on.
Kaka.
All right, Sylvar and Jewel.
For initiative?
Yes.
13. Or 13.
Donaar.
16.
You're gone. Krenor.
E.
Haruki.
9.
9.
Rethanir.
19.
Rethi, me and you.
Alrighty. Wow. Holy fuck.
Natural
rolled-
1.
No, I rolled 6 2s for this hill giant.
Jesus.
Yahtzee.
I mean, I've also rolled a lot of 2s tonight, so, you know.
Humble brag. DM's humble brag.
I don't like the arrows I saw coming from the door.
No, these are me.
2. Little Boy Scouts. Old Gretchen.
Then I don't like you.
No, wait, shit, no. 2-2 the rivals. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
One in is one in all alone, and evermore shall be it so.
Dream, throw the Russian.
Wow! These fucking pieces of fat shit.
Body
Oh,
shaming, see? Our viewers are very sad.
All.
Hey, I mean, we got a new follower tonight.
Okay, top of the round. Rethanir, you're up.
Oh.
Melancholy rascal.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna not make moves to reveal my position. Well, can I just make like a perception or insight check on the giant to see if it has noticed any of us besides Caw over here?
Alright, that'd be a perception check, and it would be your action.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
Please.
Do it.
11.
11. It saw something hungry. It's going towards it.
Alright. That's all I'm gonna do for now.
Alright, Donaar, it's your turn.
Notice that you didn't tell me anything about that, Rethi. Wisdom of 8.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
So, I'm seeing a big thing with a club. Right, he has a club.
Yeah, it seems to be a piece of like broken tree that he's like ripped the other branches off of.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk up over here,
Oh.
and I'm going to cast Plant Growth. Centered roughly around. No, a little bit. Centered roughly around here. It's a 100-foot radius.
Okay.
And I'm basically going to, and I'm not going to do any of the area that we're at, and I'm basically gonna, basically that entire area except for where we are becomes rough terrain, so that 1 foot of movement costs 4 feet. Right, that's how it goes.
Yep.
You have to spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Okay.
And
so
I'm
that's-
excluding the area we're in, so we can run if we want to.
Okay. I will say for anybody that moves forward now, that will also then count for them.
Mhm.
So if you run towards the thing, that it will cost you quadruple your movement.
Yep.
So
I
it's It's from where the furthest character is up on.
Can
It's-
one of you guys make a circle for that? It's 100.
Yeah,
It's a
so it's going to be from here, 100 feet, basically not a full circle because it's going to be like a straight line like this. But
Okay.
everything else is a circle.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
And then,
Oh god,
If you
I can't
want
see the
one.
circle I just drew because it's in the black area.
okay.
Right.
I
but
I can move it.
it
I can
wouldn't
move it.
hit
I can move
us,
it.
right?
I will say because it has to be a radius if you use it this way.
yeah, no, but it says I can exclude one or more areas of any size within the spell's area.
So right now you have it set there.
I am.
No, it's a 100-foot radius.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And I want to do it to the right over here because I heard the growl to the right. I'll draw it. I'll draw it right now.
Okay.
100 feet to here.
Geometry. The Roll20 draw tools are really finicky.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm.
All right. So
Working.
while you're doing that, do you wish to move anywhere?
No, I moved to where I wanted to.
All right, Sylvarin, it's your turn. You're an eagle.
Oh, boy.
America.
I can't see.
Probably gonna.
I am going to fly like an eagle. I'm going to dash. There. 120 feet
Okay.
into the darkness.
Into darkness. Into danger. Into storms that wreck the night.
Alright.
What you see revealed to you. I didn't plan on this. This is interesting.
I see.
Ah.
Your eagle form is rather perceptive as an eagle. And what you do see. Oh Jesus, that's so far zoomed out.
These are character models I don't recognize.
So what you see in your eagle form is a small humanoid, roughly the same size as any of the members of your party. Pale green in complexion, small slate horns or tusks protruding from the lower mouth, in like what seems to be like tight dyed robes of like black and red that have been pulled very tightly and tied with cord around its body, waving around some sort of staff, is gesturing at these two large ogreish individuals, each with these large what seem to be ballistas that they're carrying.
What?
What?
They're holding ballistas,
Oh,
like in their arms.
Yes.
It's casual.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Screaming and yelling at the top of its lungs over here. Oh boy. In the far corner. Chained to the ground by both its arms and legs amidst the various patches of refuse and ruined farmland. It seems to be some sort of hill giant, but is emaciated and starved and is screaming and rambling and raging and tensing against the chains ever again and again and again, trying to as its like folds of skin that once held opulent flesh now just hanging off to the sides. This smaller individual is gesturing accusatory towards these two larger ogreish individuals wielding these large ballistae crossbow.
Wow.
And as you fly over, I have Jesus, so many fucking tabs.
I basically drew the terrain, by the way.
Oh.
Doesn't really look
Oh,
like
is
a
that what
circle.
the misshapen blob is?
I wondered why you were ruining the map.
Well, no, it's a circle without the bottom left part, which I excluded from the area.
That
None of this is a
Certainly
circle.
generous interpretation of a circle.
Listen, I did my best with the tools that I had, which is an arrow.
It looks more like Pac-Man.
It does look like Pac-Man.
Oh.
Do you guys want to run or not? You're welcome if you do.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
So, despite all fucking odds, because I can't roll tonight,
Yes, queen.
They don't notice the ground around them grow.
well, they do, which is why they started shouting and gesticulating wildly, but they don't notice the eagle flying around out of nowhere. However, the chained individual, let's see what he gets.
Wait, which one's chained?
The farthest one.
Okay, cool.
Whoa!
Well, can everyone else see this?
Motherfucker!
Yes,
we got no
fuck your
clue.
mother, fuck her mother.
no one else can see this. We're not flying.
Also, is this far more concerned with just trying to wrench these chains out of the ground that it can't quite seem to do.
But it's the guy in the square, right?
What?
Hmm?
The guy in chains.
No,
He's
there's no
the
guy in
one-
chains. There's a giant in chains.
This thing right here. That's the one in chains.
Right, he's in chains. Yeah.
Correct.
That's yeah. Okay.
Alright, Haruki, it's your turn.
I guess I will hold my action to attack an enemy when it comes close.
Okay, alright. Krenor, it's your turn.
Oh, did you skip my turn?
Did you give me a
Yeah, 12.
12? Oh, I never had you do the turn. Alright, we'll do it after this.
No problem.
Well, I like to keep things simple, so I think I'm just gonna do one little thing around this time, and you know. All right, so I'm just gonna move. Oh, that's Krenor. I'm gonna move over here and cast Beacon of Hope
Alrighty.
on everybody.
But is it a thick cut bacon?
Does that have a verbal component to it?
It sure does.
Okay, good to know.
Is that a little bit better if we use that big circle?
Alright, anything else you wish to do in your turn?
Also a generous
Um,
interpretation of a sir.
I would also like to cast that weapon thing that's all spirity.
Oh, the Scythe McScythe.
Spiritual weapon.
Macey McMace.
Oh, we're doing mace this time?
Oh.
Just because
Spring
it's a
and
bonus
Lemonade.
action, if you cast an already leveled spell, you can't do that, I think.
Oh, what are the rules? We're level 10 now.
So you can cast, if you cast a spell as an action, if you cast one leveled spell as
Yeah.
a bonus action, you can cast a level 1 spell.
Oh, it's level 2.
Donut McDonut Pants?
So instead, I'll cast nothing because everything else is an action. Goodbye and turn.
Okay. Alright, it is now this far entity's turn, who is going to, it can move 10 feet.
Yeah! You're
Right.
welcome, Rangers.
Eagle.
There. However, does hear where'd he go? Krenor, his spellcasting ritual of Beacon of Hope, he does hear that and kind of shouts out and points. Ooh. Next up is the Hill Giant's turn.
It's my
Oh, it's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to take 3 shots at Big Boy because
Okay.
Crossbow Expert gives me an extra shot as my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna make them all sharpshooter shot.
Go for it.
Yeah, sharpshooter.
So spicy.
So that's minus
Minus 5.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So plus 9. Okay, 26, 18, and 17.
Okay, 26 was with the minus 5.
Yeah, they're all with minus 5.
Okay, they all hit. The first is with sneak attack
Yes.
because he did not see where you were.
Math. Okay.
Light him up!
Jeez. Okay.
So of all you kids at home, he just did a minimum of 30
Yeah,
damage.
yeah. Since all those hit, literally the fucking absolute, not even the absolute minimum, but at the very least he's doing 30 damage.
Good teamwork there. I saw him down. You shoot him.
Oh wait, ignore that first roll. That was wrong.
What first roll?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm asking like the.
He rolled in roll 20.
Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Okay, first attack roll is 13.
Is that plus your 10?
plus 10,
Plus 10. Okay, so that's
Plus dexterity.
23 damage.
Plus dexterity.
plus your dexterity.
Jesus.
Listen, you're the one who chose the archer.
It is. So it's plus 16.
So 26.
Wait, your
Plus
dex is
16 is
your
29.
dex is plus 6?
Okay.
Yeah, it's plus
what's,
6.
What's your dex bonus?
Oh, wait,
So
hold on.
my damage is plus
Shh,
6
everyone
because
else.
I have a crossbow plus 1. So plus 10 is 16.
So it's a 29 total for the first hit.
Yes, 29 total for first hit.
Whew, okay.
Oh
And
me?
then,
Oh my.
okay.
Second hit.
$21.
Where's the 16 coming from?
It's plus 6 plus 10 from sharpshooter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh
Next
my
one is
God.
18.
Okay.
And it's dead.
You'd like to think so.
So you watch as out of the shadows to the side of this of thick burrs, 3 in quick succession, short crossbow bolts just go flying, and kind of stab into the collarbone area of this this large, huge creature in quick succession, and it kind of like stumbles to the side, and one hand holding the clip kind of reaches up for a second. What? That was
That's a decent one.
Yeah. And I'm gonna move 30 feet northeast.
okay.
68 points of damage.
Or
on top.
northwest.
Yeah.
Still can't go
You
through
can't
those
do
hedges.
that.
Wait, why? Oh,
The
actually,
thickets.
You can't,
Okay.
Remember,
Yeah.
think
No.
Goblet of Fire. You can't pass through those.
yeah.
Go home,
no, I
Balin, you're
forgot.
drunk.
I mean, I am, but also trees.
So that was 68 points of damage in a single turn.
Yay.
Oof.
Yeah, it was.
It's looking rough. Right?
It certainly got shot.
You can go forward. You can go to the left.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 feet forward.
Okay.
And then
And then I'm gonna just smile at him.
Just remember you're in the area where it's hard to walk now.
That's fine.
Okay. It is now that creature's turn. Who's going to look at you as you kind of like burst out of the bush after shooting it 3 times. It kind of like looks, sees that it's going to be kind of hard for it to like move its feet. Reaches down to the ground. Picks up like what seems to be like the head of some sort of small rock, and pulls and wrenches and pulls this giant boulder out of the ground. And it's going to huck it right towards you.
Okay.
Is Huck the official term?
It's more like a check.
I rolled another fucking 2.
Yeah! 18 to hit.
So, which is a total of a 10.
Yeah, missed me with that shit.
Okay.
Miss me with that.
Flies far over your head, sailing. You can feel the wind hit your face and kind of pull your hair back a little bit as it goes sailing over your head. It kind of roars in frustration and takes a single step towards you is all I can do.
Plant growth is a good spell.
And as it roars in frustration and anger, you guys hear raised and excited and shouted voices from far off to the right-hand side.
Like further than here?
Like from around there.
Okay.
And you hear like the guttural roar of whatever creature is over there. And you begin to hear the sounds of straining metal. And we're going to call it there for the night.